Kill that light on your head. Jason, get out that big butterfly flashlight. Test, test, 1, 2, test, test. Okay.
Cut it on.
Yeah. Harmony's here. 24 minutes ago.
Here, straightened it up to where y'all want it.
I hope we're live. It says we are.
Really?
You want me to talk or you want to? Since you're usually always on camera. Just make sure I'm live. Everybody wants me with you?
Where you at?
Hey everybody, my name is Ricky. I'm with Southern Charm Paranormal Investigation. This is Rick, Tyler, Jason here. We're all doing this live show. We don't really know if we're coming through. This is our very first time doing this show. I can't see the camera because I got really bright lights in my eyes, but that aside, please bear with us tonight. We're at the Gilchrist County Jail in Trenton, Florida, and we are going to be doing a little bit of an investigation slash fundraiser. The jail's in pretty bad shape. As you probably read below, we want to conserve this place for the future. We want other historians and investigators and tourists and stuff like that who love to see historical places like this jail. You know, we want to have this available for them, for our children and their children, and to do that we need to help support things like this. It's not about where it's at or the town, it's about the jail itself, and it's got a lot of good history involved in it. And we think with the help of you guys, if you can't help in anything, it's okay. It's not about, you know, everybody having to spend money. We don't want to pressure you into something like that. But it'd be grateful, and we're going to show you around and show you what your money's going to fix and that kind of thing. And we also want to do a little bit of a paranormal investigation with you guys to see a little bit of what we do live. I'm going to be filming at the same time, and Chris is going to be here, or one of us is going to be holding the camera, and we're going to try to have some fun with it and see how it works. So just bear with us. Everything's going to be kind of live and going on. Things are a little bit slow to start right now, so the lady that's going to come here, her name's Vance. She's the coordinator for old Gilchrist County Jail. She's running a little behind, but that's okay. We're going to get in with her, and she's going to come and unlock the place, and you're going to get to watch behind the scenes of everything, of how we do it, and watch us film and that kind of stuff. And you can see how real we keep it. We don't, you know, we don't pull any scripted things like that. Everything's just ad lib and as it goes. And you know, as Tyler will tell you, like the candlestick thing we did at the Hamilton County Jail and different things like that. We had some amazing stuff.
That was pretty neat. No strings attached. We asked it to knock over the candle, and it did what it was asked. So that's all we can hope for.
Yeah, and
so tonight we might get some good things as well.
Tell them what happened the last time we were here. We had an issue in one of the cells with the coin.
Oh, well, last time we were here, we had the penny incident where we had 10 pennies on the top of one of the bunk beds in one of the cells, and as we were asking questions, pitch black in the middle of that cell, and all of a sudden you hear a penny drop in between me and Ricky as he's filming, and you look down and the penny goes from the top of the bunk to right to the left side of my foot, and nobody saw it, we just all heard it. So hopefully get something like that again tonight.
Pretty amazing. You'll see that in the next film we got coming out. I slowed it down a little bit so you guys, we only caught the penny actually flying by the camera, and I had to slow it down about, I think it was 75% just to see the penny flying through there.
Wow.
So I was able to catch it, so we got pretty lucky with that. And the coordinator here, she saw it too, and she was pretty stoked. And we've had a lot of good things happen. In the past we've been here, we've had a little girl laughing. One tells me they love me a few times. So they were giggling and stuff like that in the background.
And a few screams here and there.
Some screams, some cussing, some a lot of interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you guys will really enjoy. It might seem a little boring at times just because the paranormal doesn't work like you see in our documentaries and stuff. You know, I tend to edit out a lot of the or the long and boring parts because I don't want you guys to sit there and watch the film and go, wow, what's taking so long to get to the next scene. So I try to cut out the boring stuff and just get right to the stuff that's happened and kind of keep things rolling for you guys. So if it does get a little boring, please bear with us. You know, stuff does happen, and sometimes you won't. We tend to never really see stuff happen firsthand. It's not until we go through the evidence and we capture all the stuff back live when we're re-rolling it. So please enjoy. Chris is behind the camera there. He's the one holding the camera right now. So you probably won't see a whole lot of the both of us, and then you might, because we'll be tossing it around this mobile camera we're using right here that's running through the internet. So everybody's probably going to get a hand on it, so you can see all of us do what we do best and enjoy it. We thank you. You're our friends, and we look forward to seeing you guys every time you come onto the channel. And those of you who are new, please welcome. I know you enjoy. Check out our documentaries that we have. We got many more documentaries coming. And
there's a lot of good evidence on some of those episodes, so be sure that you pay attention to all the things that we capture.
Absolutely.
Really good stuff.
Absolutely. You'll totally enjoy. And thank you again for joining us, those of you who have already. If not, we'll just catch up to you, and eventually you'll see what's going on here. And we'll recapture for any of the new people coming in here to let you guys know what we're doing and what's going on. So bear with us. It's going to feel a little slow at the start. It's going to take us about 30 minutes or so to get everything rolling and get the place opened up, because it's not currently. She's got it all locked down in a compound right now, and there's a lot of people enjoying the Gators football team, and there's a big game going on. So you'll probably hear some roars out of the people in the neighborhood. So bear with us. Everything will get rolling here shortly. You can talk to anybody if you want. We weren't really able to chat with you directly, only because we're doing this on a mobile device and we don't have a portable laptop around here to chat with you, unless somebody's got another cell phone and they can log in the group here and they can do it at that route. But other than that, we may not be able to chat with you, but we will try it time to time. I think there's probably a couple people in the group, like Harmony and somebody else, who could probably actually, we're using my phone to do this show, so.
Rick, I got a dumb idea. My internet does work on the phone out here.
Well, if you can log into YouTube and go onto our channel and click on the live show, you'll actually see the chat feeds, and we can probably go through that.
Yeah, I got
So,
my phone too.
He's got one too, so we'll be able to check in with you guys and answer any questions you have.
Please be patient.
Yes, please be patient with us.
Raven said that Tyler's a very tall man.
Did you, Raven?
6'4".
He is very tall. He's kind of sexy too.
Eat your
Good-looking
vegetables.
guy. Yeah, this is what happens when you eat your vegetables: the broccoli, the cauliflower, the peas.
Nah, peas, nah.
No, we got to say this for all the kids out there. Right?
Another one that doesn't like the peas?
I don't know.
Peas are for like dogs or something. I don't know.
Hey, I eat them. Are you calling me a dog?
Well, we ain't gonna go there, but anyways, welcome to our group. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We love each and every one of you guys, and all the newcomers. Please welcome. Enjoy the show. Bear with us. It's a little slow. This is our very first time that we're streaming live on YouTube, and this is normally something we never really planned to do or really weren't too sure about, because
So you might get some good bloopers out of it.
you're probably going to get a lot of really good bloopers, so please excuse us if we do have anything that might be upsetting or anything like that. If it offends you in any way, we apologize ahead of time. We are going to try to watch our language, because in the documentaries we're able to edit out all that, all the fun stuff that we do.
My captain.
And also we wanted to say something else, and I lost track of mine what I was going to say, but just bear with us. Check out our documentaries if you got time. We're just going to take us a few minutes to get things rolling, and we weren't sure how long it would take, but the lady, Michelle Vance, she's the coordinator who runs the jail for us. She is running behind, so we're just kind of waiting around for her. She said she'll be here probably in the next 10 minutes, I think.
If anything, we can show them some of the equipment we've been
Yeah,
using.
we want to try to walk you around too, and they can see around the side of the building here where some of the damage is from the hurricane.
Can we walk around
I think
the
you can get around the side, and I'll probably let you and probably him walk back there, and maybe you can dictate to him
Sure.
and show him, and Chris can talk to him, and you guys can show him some of the damage that you can see with this big light. While I get the big camera ready, I got to do some filming and
Okay.
get things set up for that. All right. Thank you guys. Love you guys. You're my favorite people in the world. Welcome. Enjoy.
Follow moi, please. So a lot of this fence has been overgrown with trees and bushes, and it'll take a lot of maintenance to get it back up to par. But if you walk down here, you can see how big of a task this will be. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat and we'll get to them as soon as we can. But here's where the tree fell onto the fence and caused a little bit of damage. I'll say a lot of damage. This is a private residence property on that side, but if you look to the right, you'll see the old, or if you can, see the jail. And so we get a lot of good evidence out of this place. It's very small and there's a lot of echoes, so you have to be careful about the noise level. But I'm feeling pretty confident tonight. I got 2 recorders ready to go. And last time I was here, I got a female scream on one of the bottom cells, which is pretty interesting because there was no female team members last time we were here. If you can hear the gator fans to the other side of that fence. So some of the equipment that we're probably going to be using tonight is, well, one, digital recorders or voice recorders. We have some K2 meters. We have this sweet new camera that we just purchased. It's a really good high-def camera. Costing lots of money. And let's see what else. We have a laser pen. There's this really cool hallway or stairwell that goes down to the bottom floor that you can shine the laser pen in, and it has some pretty creepy scenes. But we're gonna check that out, and then let's see what else. There's a supposed what's that guy's name that was here last, or Robert is what Michelle told us, that this one spirit likes to hang out in one of these top cells. So we're gonna see if he wants to come out and talk to us tonight. And if you're wondering what this is my fuel for tonight. It's a big jar of coffee. You gotta be prepared.
Gotta have coffee.
Right? Alright, let's see. I'm really kind of just holding tight until Michelle gets here. She's the one with the keys. So this is the hurry up and wait portion of ghost hunting.
Very exciting.
And if you want to check out our website, it's on the back of our shirt right here. Paranormalhunter.com. It's got a lot of good info on there. They got a ghost store. They have EVP evidence. They have our episodes. They have member bios. And then I think it has like a whole nother link to like the rest of the world and their ghost videos that you can check out too. There's a lot of good stuff on there. And it's pretty compelling, some of those videos make you think twice. Let's see, you want to walk back this way? And
He's so tall, everybody, I have to look up to him.
smells good out here. So last time we were here, they had a band playing across the street, so we get a little bit of music while we wait, which is nice. If you haven't watched our videos so far, I would check out the old jail video where we investigated in Hamilton County. That place has got some really good activity, and we're also trying to maybe go back to that place again for a possible second episode or investigation, maybe an overnight investigation like last time, which was really nice.
Ask everybody if they can hear you okay too.
Can everybody hear me okay on the live feed, or see me good? Is the lighting okay?
There's a 30-second delay for the answer, but
Okay. Yeah, so again, we're baby fresh to this live thing, so bear with us.
well, Chris, everybody could probably see Chris behind the camera.
Yeah.
Shine this way and see if
First
we can-
time doing a live show.
You want me to switch with you, Chris?
Let's see if Yeah, if Tyler can do some holding. There you go.
There we go. Now I'm in the picture, guys.
And Mr. Christopher is here with us today.
It's good to see y'all, everybody here tonight on the YouTube channel. It's good to be here at Gilchrist Jail. I always love coming back here and really looking at the place and looking at what all we can do as far as donations, because we really need to help Michelle Vance out through donations and everything, and that's the best way we can help her is through donations. And by us coming here and investigating, we pay a fee to come in here, which goes towards the donations and stuff, and towards their upkeep of the jail, which in return helps them out. So we really love coming back here to do investigations, and it gives y'all good evidence every time we come back.
And we don't charge for our services either. You know, everything we do is free out of our own pocket, and coming here and helping them out and giving them, you know, a little bit of pocket money that we have, you know, we help them out. We don't charge for our services when we investigate people's homes. We don't charge for advice. You know, everybody, it's all free for us, and this is as real as it gets, is what we are right here. You know, this is something that we all have a passion for. Everybody who's in my group, you know, but we also have lives and jobs and families outside of what we do here. So sometimes it's difficult for all of our investigators to actually come out and do things with us, and we're happy we got Tyler. He made it here again with us tonight, and we're stoked to have him here. And we got a couple other people, Jason and Rick, and the two of us, and we're just having fun with it and keeping it real. You know, this is how we are. This is how it is. You know, you're not going to see any frills or tricks or anything like that. We just have fun with it. We're serious as it comes when it comes to the paranormal, and we film it here with this camera so you guys can see what we do. And this time we're doing it live like Chris said, as a favor to Michelle Vance. And there's all that information. You know, you guys have any questions, by all means ask us as we go. One of us is holding the camera, and it's got a little chat window in there so we can see, you know, kind of see your questions after about 20 or 30 seconds, whatever that is. And we're just going to have fun with it and try it out. This, like I said, it's our first time.
I think Michelle just pulled up.
I think she pulled up. All right, let's roll up.
Let's head over, see what the deal is. So you probably can't see me, but feel free to ask questions. False alarm. Let me see if I can't give you guys a sneak peek.
There's somebody turning around.
This is kind of the front of the jail here. I don't know if you can get through the fence or with the camera and see what's really going on.
I'm gonna give them a sneak peek if I can.
You can kind of see through there.
So there is the entrance to the jail.
They keep the tall fences around here to keep the vandals away, because you'll see inside that they've done a lot of damage on the inside. And this gates have stopped all that stuff, so.
Pretty creepy.
What are they saying?
They're just saying hi.
I was chatting.
Somebody's got spirits in their room today.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to everybody that's logging in and checking us out. We really appreciate the support. As Ricky said before, we're all passionate about doing this, so we hope to get some good evidence tonight. It's pretty creepy.
Yep, pretty creepy indeed.
Does anybody want to say something to the camera?
Hi, everybody. Here's me watching you.
Yeah, this is y'all's first-hand view of what we do behind the camera. So Ricky don't always get in the shots in the movies, so Here he is right here live.
I have a question from one of these. It says, Chris and Ricky, can you give us a little history on the place for us who are new?
Absolutely. If you look in the paper right below the writing, whatever that is I wrote in there, the synopsis of what's going on here. 1926, 1928. I apologize. I'm bad with numbers. 1928, this jail opened as a county jail here for Trenton in Gilchrist County, and it was in production up until 1968. Is that right?
Yes.
1968, and that's when they closed the doors. 2 years before this place closed, they did an add-on and added a little like a house or a little dormitory type place for the officers to stay, because I guess they felt that it was against their civil rights and different things like that, being locked up in the cell and everybody going home at night and leaving the inmates here by themselves. So for the last 2 years it was open, they built that on, and then it lasted for additional 2 years, and then that was it. They closed the doors. In that time, there was 2 sheriff officers that were killed in the line of duty who were stationed here at this jail. There was also a homicide that happened on the location here. The body was thrown into the front entranceway over here, and we'll show that to you once we get inside. And he was left there to die, and they surmised that he died from his wounds. A short time later, he didn't die right away, but he did expire on the property. So there's been some homicides here. There's been some death row inmates who've been sent away out of this place and has been sent to their demise due to the crimes that they committed. Also, there's some spirits here, and I wrote about the 2 spirits in the bottom of this window here that you're watching. About one's Frank, and I'm blanking on the name. Robert and Frank. One of them had a possible heart condition, and the other one doesn't like men. And he loves
Robert
females.
don't like men.
Robert does not like men, and so he doesn't like men in his cell. And we've tempted that a little bit. We've gone in his cell, and he seemed to be okay with us. But
Yeah.
I think it really depends on the person, really.
Yeah, it really depends on the person. I don't think he likes aggressive men.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think it is aggressive now, in my personal opinion. Had a little girl here, quite a number of occasions. We caught evidence of that. If you, after the show, if you'd like, you're welcome to look back at our older Gilchrist visit we did here. We caught a bunch of little girls on there. You'll hear some say that they love me. You'll hear some giggling. You'll hear the little girl doing different things. And we brought some stuff tonight to see if we can try to communicate with the little girl and try to communicate with the two guys that are staying here also, and see what happens. We're going to try our old school ghost box and see what that happens. We're going to do some EVP sessions. We're going to sit around with you guys while we're doing this, and we're going to ask questions from you guys that you guys will submit to us. And we'll just try it out and see how it goes. It's got a lot of history of some good things and some bad stuff. And there's some I might even say there's a really heavy, dark feeling of claustrophobia when you walk in this place. I kind of felt it at one point. Last time I was here, I really didn't feel it. I have a feeling. I have a good passionate feeling that they know that we're not here to do anything negative to them. They know we're here because we want to communicate and we want to be friends with them. And
Got a question.
yeah, absolutely.
Why is there a girl here? Is it from the housing?
We believe it was from the housing that was
Yeah.
once here. We don't really know yet. I mean, I haven't gotten a whole lot of conversations. I didn't even know about her the first time I was here.
We don't know the complete history of the place. We know the basic history of the place.
Yeah, we know the basic history. Even the people who are running the place, like Michelle Vance, she doesn't really. They know some of the real basic stuff, but the records are pretty much locked out due to living relatives and living family members from the 60s that are still alive, and so they're trying to, the way the privacy acts are nowadays, you really can't get into much of the stuff that really went on. So there's kind of a little battle there. Typically, that kind of thing, you have to wait like 50 years or something like that before 50 or 75 years. I can't remember what it is till they actually let you open up something like that.
Are we going to be using any trigger objects or anything like that?
Yes, we are going to use the trigger object. We brought a little teddy bear that has. Could you grab that teddy bear, Jason? Please, sir. It's in the trunk of the car.
What's that thing called again? Like a
It's a Boo Bear. It's
Boo
called
Bear.
Boo Bear.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
A little Boo Bear.
Boo
It's a
Bear.
nice little cute little teddy bear. She's got some sensors in her that detect when things get close to her, and she'll light up.
Paid a lot more than I should have for it.
He got kind of robbed.
It's the best teddy bear you ever bought.
Before he met Ricky. This is
Yeah.
little Boo Berry, the little cute guy. You can see he's got some lights in it. You probably won't see it on the camera too well, but I think it does make an alarm noise, doesn't it?
No, it don't make no alarm noise. The hands will glow red.
Okay.
Whenever the spirit comes close to it, the hands will glow red.
Okay.
So,
So you'll probably see that, I'm sure. I hope.
hopefully.
We'll find out. We've never done this live, and we're usually doing this in the pitch of dark, and we have to have a little bit of light on here, as you can see that we're using with this camera. But we are going to be filming it with this camera, so you'll be able to see some stuff a little bit better.
This live thing's pretty cool.
I'm sorry?
This live thing is pretty
It
cool.
is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
We,
probably
I
gonna be
wanted
doing
to
more
send
of
a
it.
shout out to one of our friends, Raven.
Oh yes, thank you,
Uh,
Raven.
Spooking
Oh,
Raven.
yeah.
Raven really,
Yeah, she's on here.
we're brand new to this live stuff and stuff on YouTube, and she really helped us, pointed us in the right direction when it comes to software to use to run our live show, and gave us some really good advice and taught us how to use it, and I think it's working out. Our next live show that we do will be a lot different because we'll actually be in our studio, and we'll be able to click things over, and we kind of did a test the other day and it turned out really awesome. So this is an app we're using on our iPhone, and it seems to be working pretty freaking awesome. So we're just going to try that and we'll try it out tonight. So if this works for us, we may do some more in the future, and more often than not. I
Oh
think.
yeah, oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
if you guys
And,
enjoy this in the end of the show, let us know and we'll do it again sometime.
Yeah.
We've got a plan of a really awesome graveyard we're going to go to that we went to about a year and a half ago. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a sinus flu or something. It's draining into my throat, and it's just nasty and it makes me nauseous just going through it. I'm at the very tail end of it, but as you can tell, I don't want to go away. I'm taking lots of good stuff for it, so we're good to go. And but this thing's got a pretty rich history. You're going to see once we get inside the gate here that there's lots of trees that are growing over. There's really nobody has done any kind of maintenance stuff for it because there's just been no money for that. It's just been these two ladies trying to take care of the place, and
they got their own lives to
Yeah.
live,
and
so they don't always have the time that they need to take care of the place. So,
now they do get some other groups that'll come in and they'll volunteer their time, and they've done that in the past for them. But it's just hit or miss sometimes, and right now the biggest threat to the jail right now is a tree laying over in the back, and you'll see that here in about 20 minutes or so. That's actually leaning against the building and on the residential side of it, and that's kind of a threat to things. And I think they said it would cost something like $600 to get that thing removed.
Yeah.
And so
Let me see if I can get another good shot in there.
Use
my tallness.
See if he can look in there a little bit, but he's nice and tall. We have to look up at Tyler to see anything, but
Need a flashlight that'll shoot straight.
oops.
Can you aim it at the door?
Once we get inside the place too, the light's going to be a hell of a lot
Oh.
better than what it is outside here. They can hear us okay though, they said?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Today
Can
it's-
everybody hear us okay on the live feed?
Yeah, I want to make sure y'all can hear us.
We want to make sure y'all can hear us.
Audio check.
The way we're talking. Can y'all let us know in the live feed? Just put your comments in there. Let us know how we're coming through and if y'all can hear us all right. If not, we'll try to speak louder.
Yeah.
Got a question from Spooky and Raven.
Okay.
It says, have others in the area seen apparitions seen on the land? And have cops been called due to paranormal like other places?
Other places, if you're referring to the jail, we're not too familiar with what really goes on here. We live an hour and a half away from here, so it's not like we live in the same town here, so we don't really know. We just really started talking with Michelle Vance here within the last couple months, so we're still learning a lot of the history of it, and even some of the history she doesn't know herself. And she's been here for a lot of years, and there's a lot of fog when it comes to what goes on around here. Now the neighborhood is a little bit rougher than most neighborhoods, so
There's a lot of vandalism.
a lot of vandalism around here, and that's why you see the barbed wire high fences here.
Video and audio is good.
Digital and audio is good also.
Good. That's awesome.
Um,
But as soon as Michelle gets here, we'll be able to answer y'all's questions a little bit
yeah,
better.
we're going to put her in front of the camera, and she's going to answer some questions for you and do a little Q&A. You'll get to meet her. She's a really nice lady. She's been doing this for a while. She's also got kind of a, does she have a group? Is that what that is?
Yes, yes.
She does have a paranormal group of her own, and we investigated with her last
We'll
night.
ask her about her group
Is
and
it called Paranormal Life?
Paranormal Life.
Paranormal Life. She's got
believe it
a
is,
Facebook page. Is it Paranormal Life on Facebook also?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's called Paranormal Life on Facebook.
Jason.
But
Damn sound was down.
you'll see that if you check her out on that. She does not do anything on YouTube that I'm aware of.
No, not that I know. No.
But, you'll get to meet her tonight. She's a really nice lady. She knows a lot of the history of this place. We've done some research on the internet, but the internet is just real vague. And a lot of the stuff we have learned was from other groups that have been here in the past and from our own experiences. And as far as the police being called on this place, I've never heard of that happening. Apparitions, Chris and myself actually seen some on our first visit we had here. We were down in the back cell upstairs, and we'll take you all up there later during the show. And we actually saw a really dark, even the last time we were here, we saw something that was really creepy.
Yeah,
It
there's
was
some
like
kind of little shadow.
what would they say she said it was? I've never heard the call this before. Maybe it's just I never paid attention to it.
A shadow.
No, it was something, she had a name for it. But
In the back window, up on
it
the
was
second
above
floor.
it was actually on the bunk there. And it was
Oh,
kind of
she
like
called
a
it elemental.
Elemental. Elemental. I don't know that I've ever heard that before, but
I've never heard that before either.
see, I always learn something new out
Yeah.
here, and this is just one of those things. And I love learning new stuff. And
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
you know, we're not experts on the paranormal. We want to shout that out to you guys too, that nothing that we're going to do here tonight or anything that you'll ever see in our videos is evidence or proof of the paranormal.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stuff that we do find here that is paranormal, the stuff that we witness ourselves, and we can't prove it to you guys. There's no way we can do that.
No.
The paranormal has to be witnessed by yourself and your own experiences, and with that, that's your only evidence. There's nothing that we can present to you that's going to change your mind otherwise. Now, those of you who are followers of the paranormal, you'll see stuff, and even that, we welcome you guys to question that, because without some people like yourselves and us questioning what we're finding, you know, who's to say that is real paranormal or what it's not? And we don't call things haunted very easily. We really look at things and say, well, you know, there might be some activity going on there, or maybe something residual, but we're really not sure what's going on. And sometimes it takes us quite a few visits, or even 2 or 3 visits, or you know, one out of that bunch that will go there on a few visits, and we'll get some huge activity of stuff going on there. And you know, but we don't take the word haunted or poltergeist activity too lightly. We really take it. You really got to have a lot of evidence for that. And
I got some comments.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, Lydia Roberts says she learned about elementals from her Irish family history.
Okay.
And Spooky and Raven said elementals seems to be more tied in with the occult type of activity.
Really. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Or nature too.
Or nature. I don't know. I mean, that's just what Michelle said it was, and I'm not going to argue with that because I don't know nothing really about it. But I'm going to tell you what I seen. It seemed like a blur with some red and yellow and green kind of swirlies. You ever seen like a cup of coffee and you just stir in the cream and it's not quite in there yet? It's kind of like that. And it was blurring around a little bit, and it was in the air, and you could see it coming to your face and moving away. And I mean, it even made me a little nervous. And I was just like, what the heck is going on here? And it happened for quite a few minutes, and I seen it. Did you see it?
I didn't see it very clearly. I seen a little bit of it, but
Michelle and I both were seeing it pretty well.
Yeah,
I'm
she
not
was
saying
pretty
that I'm
focused on. Remember, it was standing in the corner.
Yeah, I know. Remember, you had a difficult time seeing it, right?
Yeah, I was kind of tempting it to
Yeah.
do stuff, but
I don't think I have a gift, but some would say I do. I don't claim it. I'm more of I'm a hard evidence guy. I gotta have evidence. I don't go. I do listen to my senses. That I have to agree or let you guys know I do follow my senses, because I realized early on in this stuff that if you don't, you can get into a lot of danger and you get hurt pretty easily. So if I feel things are bad or heavy or something's not right, or if I got to get out of there, I definitely do that. But I do have I don't know what it is, but it seems like I can walk into a place or a room, and I can almost feel where they're at. I can feel what they're feeling, but I take that as a tool. I take it as you know, this little teddy bear here. It's just a piece of evidence that I don't rely on 100%, but I use it as a tool. And I say, well, there's something going on here, you know, or maybe this place feels calm and quiet and there's just no activity. And I'll even tell Chris that. I say, well, we're not getting anything here.
Yeah.
So,
Spooky and Raven said, Chris cracks me up. He's so
He is.
manly, but he can still hold a teddy bear.
he does. Look at this right here. This is right here is the Oscar moment right there for
Yeah.
you guys. You don't get a manly man holding a teddy bear. Now, if he's petting it and
That
stuff
looks
like
like
that.
Michelle
you know,
right there.
Looks like Michelle made it here, so
Yeah.
I'll let her park
So
a few
we'll
minutes and maybe we'll
Get
talk
her
to her a minute.
situated.
And we'll talk to her a minute and maybe we'll do some more talking in another minute while she does all the form stuff, because we have some
Yeah.
liability forms that we have to sign.
Yeah, we all gotta go over there and sign liability forms. So if we're out of the picture for a moment, we're over there signing liability forms and
We'll keep you entertained.
keeping y'all
We will
entertained.
try our best to keep you
Yeah,
entertained.
we'll keep
but,
y'all our best to keep y'all entertained.
we're going to give you a good redneck paranormal investigation
That's
tonight.
right. That's right. Redneck at its best.
Redneck at its best. And we're country a little bit up down here in Florida.
Yeah.
But we take this stuff extremely serious, and but we also keep it from being so dark, and that's kind of where we want things to stay with that thing. We don't like the dark, jump out at you stuff.
We try to clarify stuff.
You know, not that we're afraid of that stuff. I think it's just because, you know, these spirits, they were once you and me. I mean, they were all walking and living in family and friends and brothers and sisters and stuff like that, and they have feelings. And I really firmly believe that if we respect them and show them a little respect in return, they're going to give us a little respect. And maybe I just have a strong sense about that. If by doing that, they're going to be more comfortable with communicating with us than us going there and saying, you know, you need to show yourself, you're a coward, you're an F in this, or you're an F in that, you know, you're you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we don't disrespect the
We don't
spirits
disrespect.
at all.
We as a group, we don't use Ouija boards, we don't do seances, we don't use pendulums. Not that we're against any of that stuff. It's just we like to keep it old school as much as we can.
We're not that educated about it either, and it's dangerous if you don't
Right.
get educated
Right.
and use it, because
Yeah,
bad things can happen.
we don't know Ouija boards very well. I know of them, and believe me, I've read a lot about them throughout history, through the 20 plus years that I've been in this. But I don't personally feel comfortable enough to use them. I know some of you out there do use them, and I think it's awesome. I watch you guys when you do use those equipment. But as far as this group is concerned, we just feel that it's probably in our best interest that we don't do that. Just because I'd hate to make a mistake and cause the death of somebody in our group, cause hurt or pain or some kind of life suffering that some of you will attest to. And you know who you are, and I know you personally from watching you guys' live shows, and that you guys have been dealing with some of this stuff for a lot of years while dealing with the Ouija boards and stuff like that. So
They said no more gay stuff like last time, fellas.
no, we'll put on a good game. When we're doing
Good game.
paranormal, we're pretty
And
good
then
about that.
she said one question was, how long did the investigations usually last?
Typically, this show tonight's probably
It
going
all
to be.
depends on what's going on.
Yeah, it depends on the activity. If we go in there and we just been there for an hour and we just ain't got nothing, we don't feel nothing, we're not catching nothing, we may close it a little early. If we go in there, there's a lot of activity, we may stay there for 2, 3, 4 hours. Tonight, we're probably only going to keep it right about 2 hours because we don't want to bore you guys to death. And, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of things, filming and stuff. If you guys want to stay on, we might keep it running. I don't know how long this battery's going to last, but if it dies out, we're kind of out of luck at that point because I didn't bring in.
When y'all want to go see what Michelle's up to?
Yeah, but
So we can get the party
we're
started.
gonna cut out. Me and Ricky gonna cut out and do some legal paperwork, and we'll be right back.
Yeah. So maybe Tyler here can show you around some more. You could probably talk with somebody, ask some questions if you guys like.
That little fruit.
And
Okay.
You
All right, viewers, you're not going to see my face, but I'm going to give you another walk around to the sides for the new people that logged in. I can show you what's up. Meanwhile, Michelle and them are going to get the paperwork ready so we can head on in. Spooky and Raven, we appreciate all the viewers and the help that you give us. As you know, it's a team effort. So for the newcomers, this is another side view of what we're going to be doing tonight. Here's where the trees damaged the fence, so all the fundraising money is going to go to help restore the jail, repair some of this damage. I wish I had a spotlight, that would be way better. You can see the little corner window over there, and it's 2 stories. That's a bad angle. Let me go see if Michelle's ready with the key, and we'll get this investigation started. And the fence is all overgrown with trees. We can really use some maintenance. Yeah, Try Me Vapes, there's a pretty good band across the street. They usually shut it down at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Let me see if I can get a side view. So this is a side view of the window. That room right there has some decent activity in it with possibly the teddy bear that we're going to try out tonight. If you see way over there, that's where the music's coming from. Pretty good band if you ask me. I hear Michelle. That's a pretty good view. Does anybody have any questions about the jail or ghost hunting in general? Was there a death row at this jail, you guys?
Sir?
Was there a death row at this jail?
There was death row inmates, is that correct?
No, they were going to be executed. They got transferred to a prison. This
Okay,
is
they were here up until they were ready to be executed, and then they were transferred somewhere else.
There was no death row here, but when that time came, they were transferred to other prisons. So the stuff that I experienced here, this will be my second time at the jail, and you get the occasional shadows ducking in corners, a few knocks here and there, but you can't really tell if it's paranormal or just the old building. And I did leave a few recorders in some of the sales, and after the band stops playing across the street, it gets really quiet, and you can almost pick up on all the vibrations because it echoes really well inside. And I got a female scream in one of the lower cells, and I got what sounded like piano music in one of the upper cells. And don't ask me how a piano, got into this prison, but from what I could hear off the recorder, it sounded like a piano tune, so that was kind of cool. And then the supposed Frank and Robert like to mess with the male figures that go up into their cells, so I'm gonna see if I can't get them to hang out with me tonight. But we'll be ready for them tonight. We got some good equipment rolling, and we got the live feed. You might see something we don't catch because I'll have to watch the camera. So you'll have the first view wherever I walk around. Thank you, Ricky. I did offer them a smell of my freshly made French press coffee last time I was here. I don't think they went for that, but I'm gonna try like cigarettes or something of that nature, because in the prison system that stuff's pretty popular. So we'll see what we can come up with tonight. We do have the a few pennies on, like we mentioned earlier. We have some pennies that are sitting on the one of the top bunks in the second floor. They've been known to throw those around, so we're gonna go up there and show y'all how we have it set up, and see if I can't get them to move it around a bit. A lot of us that are on this team have worked in the prison system, I would say, so we're pretty familiar on how all this stuff works. Myself, I'm going to UF to study criminology and law, so I get to bring that information to the team, and that'll just help us evaluate the evidence that much better. You want to say something, Rick?
You're doing a good job.
Thanks. Thanks for the updates on the audio and video. Let me know if you can't see anything or hear anything later on in the investigation. Marbles are a good idea. I do have a ping pong ball. That's something really light that they could possibly push around. And I also have an actual baseball, America's pastime, so they should be able to recognize what that is. And we have a few tricks up our sleeves as well. Let me see. If you were to use any kind of object, I would say something that doesn't require a lot of energy to move around or push, if that makes sense. Spooky and Raven, I've had some experiences when I was little. Mainly it was this, let me just give you the skinny part of it, but I was at a friend's house, and it was a shadow on the wall of this old lady in a rocking chair. And first of all, there was no rocking chair or old lady in the house, so that struck me as odd. And all of a sudden, the shadow appeared to like get up out of the chair and walk into the room that I was in. And I was about 12 years old at the time, and you know, at that age, well, I'm pulling the covers over my head and praying that it doesn't come in there. And then the second time I looked up, it was gone. So I mean, that's the short story, but I can tell you in detail if you want later. And then my grandmother had this haunted house in Louisiana, which is where I'm from, and every so often you'd hear footsteps in the attic, scratching on the door, locked doors for no apparent reason. You know, the usual bangs and knocks all over the house when you're the only one in there. So that's kind of creepy. But I would say everybody's experience is unique to that individual, because it's going to take a first-hand experience for you to even want to dive further into the paranormal to investigate. And you know, the more evidence we collect, that just helps us spread the message to the rest of the world, so everybody can be aware of, you know, there might be something to this stuff. Sorry for the delay. Michelle's giving Ricky and Chris the lowdown, and I'm gonna keep you viewers entertained for as long as I can. Let me get my flashlight out. I got like a little. So if you can see my light, there's the door, and then if you go upstairs, there's some sails up there that you can see, and the building's overgrown with vines and trees. That's pretty creepy, but that's where we're gonna be heading in tonight. Just drop the soap. That's prison 101. Do not drop the soap. Hello, newcomers. We're about to head inside. We're just moments away. So again, thank you for your patience. And we're going to give you guys a pretty good show tonight.
Yeah.
Are you doing live too? So you're watching?
I'm watching.
Nice.
Jason, hold it.
Let me just put this down. You got it, bro? Or let me hold it.
I got it.
You want to say something to the camera, Jason? Like a quick hello?
Hello.
Wait, you gotta shine it on your face.
Oh. Hello. I'm blind.
That's team member Jason. I got it, bro.
Thanks. This is pretty cool. You know that?
Huh?
This is pretty cool.
I know, man. Spooky and Raven, I am a Bigfoot fan. I like the cryptozoology, and I like all the legends and the folklore and aliens and all that, but right now we try to keep it strictly to one subject, which is ghosts and spirits, because if we start doing all the other stuff, it'll almost be too much, if that makes sense. But yes, I am one of those people that believe in that type of thing.
Sure had a late reaction.
Yeah, there's like a 30-second delay.
Yeah, I saw that. Because when you had the camera on there, it just showed me.
That's nice.
What did it say about me?
Huh?
Did they say anything about me?
Not yet. You gotta... I'm sure they'll ask.
Hi everybody. Sorry it took us so long. I'm sure you probably heard us yakking back there. I'd like to introduce you to the coordinator of Old Gilchrist Jail. Her name is Michelle Vance.
Hi guys.
She's going to let us in the gate here, and then she'll give you a quick run through of pretty much some of the stuff, but she's got a little bit deeper insight than obviously Chris or I do. So she's going to tell you a little bit more history about what's going on and talk to you guys. You're going to love her. She's awesome. We love her too. So thank you guys again for being patient with us. She had some things
that was on me. I'm sorry. All right.
Here we go.
Want to get the gate? Here goes the big
reveal.
The big reveal. That's it. I'll get my big old camera going here.
Of course, it's going to tangle up on me because what else would it do?
And she'll show you some things that need a lot of help here.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready?
See, this is not cooperating with me. The blonde is natural.
The paranormal never does.
All right.
Go ahead, tell us. Alright, I'll go.
This opens right up like that. Alright, we're going to come on inside. This jail was built in 1928 and it was operational until 1968. So it has a short history, but a big haunting.
Creepy.
Keep our doors double locked for safety.
You want to show them the building a little bit? Can you see it a little bit from out here?
Okay.
Like the trees and stuff.
Alright, here we go.
A lot of back trees.
You want me to do this now or right now?
We can walk through now or
Okay.
outside now. Or
We'll give you a walkthrough inside, and then I'll take you a tour on the outside.
I'll let you get up front there.
Welcome to my second home. I know this cell has a number 2. It's not cell number 2. It's cell number 1. And we are actually inside the jail itself here. So this is where everything happens. This is very narrow, so it really does look small, and it is kind of, but you'll have fun. You're going to say hi to Sam. This is Sam's home. Sam's a very sweet guy. And he likes guests, but when he's tired of guests, you'll know, I'll tell you. They have messed with me. This cell has something in it that I don't like. You'll see. Go ahead and look. You'll see what I don't like. That thing creeps me out to no end.
Yeah, that'll
like
creep
her.
you out.
She
What's
doesn't
that?
like me. We have a
Mannequin.
mannequin.
Both sides, so I can take a peek.
And it's, oh, it's so creepy. I hate that thing.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she might be, but she's creepy as hell. And she doesn't like me, and I don't like her. If I could just not throw the key away, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Here's
let's look
the
at
creepy
upstairs.
stairwell.
Yeah, upstairs is cool.
Lots of really cool steps going up there. They're really steep, so you gotta be careful.
This is gonna be a little bit loud right there on camera, just, sorry. This is
Oh,
gonna be
yeah,
a
sorry.
little bit loud. Alright. Welcome out of the jail. This is the administrative office, but let's go upstairs and show them the rest of the jail before we go to the house, because the jail's much more interesting. You go ahead, because you don't want to film my butt going up the stairs.
Don't have the walls too and stuff. Just trying to show everything.
And please don't fall.
Nobody push me.
Alright, all the way to the top, baby. Okay. And this is going to be cell number 4. This is our holding cell. This is gonna look like luxury compared to the rest of the chassis. Come on. This is it. This is how big the biggest cell is. Looks great now, but there were 6 bumps in here. 2 here, 2 here, and 2 on the back wall behind the guys. It wasn't this nice. But this is where you came short term, like drunk and disorderly, or just, you were only here for a day or so. So this wasn't a really bad area. And the hall is a bad area. You can look across at Frank's cell. Or at Rick.
Hey, Ricky.
Okay,
Let me give him a 360 panoramic view.
Yeah, I'll hold on to it.
Feels better.
We were here earlier and it felt not so
Sorry.
good earlier. All right, this is Frank's cell. We've had the bumps removed, but they've left the plumbing, but you can get an idea because there were 2 bumps in here and then your business is right here. So it was pretty tight quarters in the time. And you probably noticed there's no AC, there's no heat, heck, there's no backup. So it wasn't exactly Club Med, it was definitely jail time. In fact, the shower, 1 per floor at the end of the hall, maybe once a week. Doesn't sound fun.
Ew, that's rough.
Especially when it's 100 and something degrees in here at night.
Even for military, that's rough.
Even for military, that is right, yes. All right. Maybe. No problem. You're right by me. All right. This cell had a big scary X on the wall that means absolutely nothing. But it's just graffiti because this was actually rented as a residence after the jail closed in 1968, and the kids who slept in these cells kind of personalized them, I guess. So this really doesn't mean anything other than someone was a little bored and had some extra paint. Again, this would have had 2 bunks plus the facilities. So you can see that whoever was on the bottom bunk, my bet is the head was at that end of it, because that would have been pretty unpleasant. This particular cell, we've gotten, and personally I've gotten with other friends in here, not polite responses to jokes or questions about being hanged. It was not comfortable, so we stopped. But it's a good trigger out there because we've definitely got a response. In fact, it sounds like someone tried to take a swing at us, like a fist going through the air between 2 of us. We both dodged when we heard it. So it was pretty scary actually when you're in the dark and someone takes a swing at you. But yeah, this one, as you can see, we have the ventilation, but the screens that were here were also on the outside. They've been there all along, so it kind of cuts down on airflow because it's stuffy in here right now. So imagine the middle of the summer. Ugh, miserable.
I bet it's hot in here.
It is hot in here, and it was, I had to have done like a sauna in here during summer. I can't even imagine. We're going to go next door and visit with Robert. He wasn't here earlier, but he might be back. This is Robert's cell over here.
No.
Robert, Robert's not a bad guy. He's just kind of a dominant spirit. This is kind of his place, and that's okay until he realizes that I have the key, so it's also my place. He doesn't like men to come in here, and if you're in law enforcement, corrections, anything like that, he really doesn't like you. But he's never hurt anybody. He's kind of forceful in his dominant attitude. He will cuss at you a little bit. So he's a nice guy though. Now, across the hall. Across the hall is my favorite place. Welcome to cell 8.
This is the cell. Tell them about this, what happened to us.
Yeah, this is our cell from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago we were in here, some of the same of us right now. And actually I was over here, but we'd asked for interaction, we'd asked for a couple different things, and we eventually got what we asked for, in that there are pennies up here on the top bunk. There's 10 of them that I put up there, so I knew how many, I knew where they were placed. And I showed the guys when we came in originally that there were 10 here, but this one, I believe, one of these 2, was thrown across the cell and landed between Tyler and the door. And we had no lights in here. There was no way to see. Someone asked me when they saw the clip, oh, well, whoever was standing by the bed just reached over and flipped it. Well, you can't because it makes noise. You had to know exactly where they were because there was no lights on in here. We just had IR floods. And you would have had to be able to throw it without being seen and miss Tyler. So that takes a lot of coordination. We didn't throw it. It absolutely came from here with no assistance from us. And if you saw the clip, you saw me doing the fist pump. Yeah, I was pretty excited. This is a good place. This is a hotbed of activity, if you want to give it a label. This one does still have both bumps, but not the plumbing. And I've come to realize this is actually the center of the property. So it's I don't know if that contributes, I'm not sure, but it's a good theory.
It would definitely
Feels
help.
like it. I think there is, honestly.
There's a
lot more activity here than there is
Right,
anywhere else
and
in the jail.
I told you guys before, a lot of people can't even stay in this particular cell. They're like, oh, I'm uncomfortable, my chest hurts, my head, you have to drag me out of here kicking and screaming. I love this place. But that's me, I'm kind of strange.
I'm the same way. I love this place.
Yeah, this was a great room
I
for
can
me.
come here every day. It's like a
And my favorite thing is that there's usually never ever been a spider in here, and I'm gonna say usually because otherwise they'll prove me wrong tonight. Because I could do without spiders. But that's in the house, which we'll go down there too. So yeah, and you can hear the noise from outside even up here. That's okay, you'll still get evidence in here, and it doesn't.
It's not always there either.
No, it shuts down. They're watching football.
This is a football game, so
Yeah.
this is a rare occasion that we'll get a lot of background noise.
Yeah, if I was still watching the game, I'd be yelling just as loud. But my game's over and we won. So, all right, guys, we can go downstairs and take a look at the house. Cool. Yes, please be careful, Trevor.
It's like a good 5-10 degrees cooler.
I know, that's the best thing about downstairs is it's cooler. This is all where the administrative office was. This would have been your intake, paperwork, processing. I don't really know what it's called, but this is where it happened. So you would have come in the front, gotten processed here, and you would have been ushered into the jail through this door. That's important when we get to the house, and we'll remember why. I don't really get much activity in here, but there's other people who say this is crazy for them. So again, it depends on your sensitivity level. But this is also where everything ended for these guys. They weren't allowed over here unless they were in the office. Because back here, this didn't exist until 1966 when they built a house. Because they decided you can't just lock up jail people or inmates, whatever you call them, and leave them. You have to have a house. So they built the house, they cut a hole in the wall, here we are. This is the house. I'm certain that it probably was a bit nicer. This was a very small home. It's only 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And when the jail was closed in 1966, the city decided to rent this out as a residence. And because it's small, the parents allowed their kids to sleep in the jail cells, which, no, I wouldn't do that. But that's me. And I'm sure it was nicer looking then, so maybe it wasn't uncomfortable, but ghosts don't care. And they would have still been there. Everybody says, oh, it's open, it's drafty. Yes, it is. Because the locals break out every single pane of glass in the building. And so we quit replacing stuff because it was getting very expensive. I mean, yeah, it does cost money to maintain a location. So we kind of said, let's concentrate on the important stuff and quit getting things to break. Where you're in here would be the kitchen. This side
Can
would be
you
the living room.
introduce your friend here
Yes, I can.
and tell us a little bit about his group?
I will actually let Joel tell you about his group. This is Joel Samuelson and his group.
He's also doing a co-investigation with us and helping us out with this fundraising kind of thing.
I'll let you introduce your group.
Hi, I'm Joel Samuelson with Group Paranormal. That stands for Georgia Researchers of Unexplained Phenomena. And Michelle has been hounding me to get down here and check out old Gilchrist County Jail. And I drove about 6 hours down here this morning to get here and help her out with this event.
Awesome. Thank you for coming with us.
And I've been trying to use social media to help get this event publicized tonight, to get these guys some notoriety and get the jail some notoriety and some viewers and everything. So We're excited.
We appreciate that very
We are
much.
too.
Yeah, anybody's
We
friend
love
or
coming here, and especially when we get to investigate with other people.
yeah, this place, it's very small. Everybody says, oh, it's so tiny. I didn't say it was big, I said it was haunted. Okay? So I appreciate when other people like it almost as much as I do, because this is really, when I said, hey, welcome to my second home, I spend probably about as much time here as I do at my house. That's no kidding. So here we got music, we got entertainment, but that's not going to stop anything. That's the good news.
You can see, I don't know if Tyler's showing around the room here a little bit to see that some of this stuff, it's not horrible major damage, but there is some damage that just needs some attention, and
Yeah.
the funds are just not there right now to try to
Watch your eyeballs.
restore it a little bit to where it once was, give it some form of glory. And
Excuse me, Jason. So here's some of the stuff that we're going to help restore. Just give you a 360 view. Ricky, the team, and then
Yeah.
some of the roofs.
not horrible.
No, it's, I mean,
Just needs some little bit of TLC, that's all. And
yeah, it's, it's sitting here, and because the locals like to ventilate the area for us, there's not a lot we can do to keep the elements out. It would be nice to be able to have it where you could be secured,
I think some cages over the windows and some new
like
glass would be
what's
awesome.
upstairs over the jail windows. Even if we didn't have glass, even if we just had the cage, would be great because it would keep them out.
Absolutely.
But it's again, it takes money, and unfortunately, when you're anybody who does ghost hunting knows it really doesn't pay.
No, there's no
we-
profit in
No, in fact, there's a lot of loss.
Yeah.
We do fundraisers to help the jail. We did a fundraiser at the beginning of the month for National Ghost Hunt Day, and it went to an animal sanctuary, or actually, no, I'm sorry, it went to Paul's on Parole. And one night, we raised $510. So people care, and that's awesome, but even though we raised that money, nothing came to the jail. So we do put others first, and we appreciate when someone gives us the chance to be first. That's really nice.
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, you're gonna make me walk in this room.
This is her favorite room.
Oh, it's not my favorite room there, you know
It's
my
got all the
favorite.
little dark black big huge spiders that she loves the best.
Want a big flashlight?
No, I don't wanna see them, I'll go.
Do I need to start pointing them
Tell me
out?
when you're, you want me to put you outside? I will put you outside, you point these things out to me. Right, okay. Oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna do a lot of looking at the floor, because if I look up too much, I see them.
There's some majorly huge spiders
Oh,
out here, but if you look real close, like right up in this spot right here, there's a big one right above my head. You can probably see them. Don't look whatever you do, Michelle.
I'm not, don't worry, this floor is fascinating over here. I am having no part of thatness. Yeah, if we could get an exterminator down here.
Yeah, there's a big one on the wall.
There is no hope of that, however, because there's no way to secure it. This room, they're laughing about it being my favorite room, and actually, it is kind of one of my favorite rooms because there's a high level of activity in this room. I think you guys touched on before, EVPs of a child, a little girl. I caught her voice in this room. My friend Nick from Gainesville Paranormal Society caught her voice on the stairwell. And I think one of you guys said you got a little girl someplace else. Maybe
I got a
upstairs,
scream
yeah.
on the bottom cell.
Okay, so it was you in the jail. So that's actually in the jail. That's 3 separate investigators, 3 separate days, and 3 separate locations. But when it's the same voice, that's validation. No, we don't know her exact story, but it's cool to be able to have somebody else go, no, I have that voice, listen, and you listen, and it's the same voice.
Yeah, they didn't lock children up in this jail, so
No,
that we want to make sure, as you guys understand.
she
we
always
didn't,
sounds
but-
about 6, 8 maybe,
Yeah,
she's little.
We're just assuming that she was either a child of one of the sheriffs or a
Right.
resident here. Or
Something, because in the EVP I caught, actually, she's talking to her mom. So, I mean, that's
She
at
got a
least
really
comforting.
awesome one.
Yeah, it's very cool, and she's talking to her mom, which to me is a little bit better than her being on her own and being scared. If I was in this room, I'd be pretty scared,
I
and
wish
I
we
am
could
in
get
this
it,
room.
we're gonna try to get it so you guys can hear her, hear the little girl talking to her mom. It's just insane, I mean, you can hear the little girl, what she said exactly, mama, what was your?
It's, I was with a friend of mine, we were talking about this wall. There used to be a set of footprints that were on the floor that we just found one day when we swept. And they appeared to come from this wall, But they can't come from this wall because there's never been a doorway here.
Right.
And that's what Steve and I were talking about. And he said, well, maybe there was a doorway there. And I said, well, there couldn't have been because the original, there's an outlet from the 20s when it was built. And then there's conduit from when they used to rent it out. So there couldn't have been a doorway here. And her voice comes in and says, Mama, can I show them? And we didn't hear it when we were talking, or we would have reacted to it. But when I listened back to my recorder, sure enough,
Sure
there
enough,
she
and
is.
I listened to it myself, and I was really amazed by it. It was freaking awesome.
It would be better if I had, earphones to listen to it, but you can still hear it just playing off of my phone.
Yeah,
Not the only one that doesn't like spiders on
No,
the show.
I'm not.
Does anybody have any questions they want to ask us at this point?
If anyone wants a pet spider, just let me know. I'll be happy to let you come pick 1, 2, 12. No one will take the spiders for me. And I'll
There are
put them
some
all
spider
over me.
lovers out there.
You can all have them, all you want.
There is no prison graveyard here, right?
No, there was a story that someone was buried outside, but we found out that that was kind of one of those urban legends. And it had nothing to do with the jail even. It was just like a story that circulated around town, probably to keep the kids out, I'm guessing, because we looked in the area that was indicated and we checked and there's nothing there that was listed, so. No, unfortunately nothing buried that we know.
Cool.
We do have stories of someone being shot in the backyard. Again, we can't really get all the records because, well, let's just say the confidentiality issue. Small towns and small counties.
And there's no juvenile section of the jail?
No, not in this one. It was co-ed for a little while. There were females incarcerated here. That's what I'm looking for. Incarcerated, yeah.
The big word.
Yeah,
We don't use
50 cent
much.
word, yeah. We've gotten
We are
some
redneck, I
female.
didn't warn you.
Yeah, we've gotten some female voices on EVP. They are really, really foul-mouthed women, but they were in jail. They had the guys listen to. But I think the females were only here for maybe like a year or two. I don't think it was long-term because they seem to be fairly recent conversations, talking about more current things than the 20s would have been. But we were told that someone was shot in the backyard, and there is a well in the backyard. We did find that, but it didn't have any correlation with anybody being buried. We did ask. No one was buried in the well. I swear that didn't happen.
Let me
Yeah,
get.
what else can we do besides look at spiders? Because I'm not doing that. I'm
You
not.
got one room left, I think, in a bathroom. or
The
something.
blue, yeah, you guys can look in the bathroom because it's really not big enough for us to all go in.
Oh my god, that one's
Don't do that to me. Anytime anybody says,
Alright, you
"Oh my
guys,
God."
I'm going for a spider close. Oh, he hid away from me.
Yeah, well, you're the ones that have the light on him. Okay. Yeah, again, the ceiling looks horrible, I know, and I hate that part, but when you've got a great big tree leaning on your building, this is what happens sometimes.
We got cigarettes.
We have some fun, there's some fun times we have, some funny things that happen. We had one investigator out here with a camera set up in this room and they're watching the monitor and a raccoon jumped in the window. And, well, the guy watching the monitor didn't think it was funny, but we did. He jumped pretty good. That's happening here. Again, it's very open. People have seen shadows pass, particularly past this window, not so much that one. A shadow passed by and they've gotten some female voices in here as well. I haven't gotten them, so I don't know what they sound like, but I've had other investigators that got female voices in here, and they get a lot of interaction when they're here. Again, energy is energy, and people will respond to where you click. You just get that right mix of people, and it happens. So, this room is very calm, though. It's like,
It is.
yeah, it's just like, this is kind of like I hang out here. I'm
You
liking
can
this.
see a little bit of mold on the ceiling here too.
Yeah, the tree hanging, oh god, there's 8 layer things.
Yeah, just don't look.
I am not looking. The tree hanging up there over the other building, and it's right behind you, Tyler, where it's leaning on the building, so that's why that damage comes up, because it's probably poking a bit of a hole that spider should fill. I saw it.
There's the outside of this window.
Yeah, that's the tree that Hermine knocked over for us.
This was hurricane damage.
Yes, Hermine was careful enough to not hit the building or the fence, so there was no property damage. Thanks. But you can't walk through the backyard now either.
Yeah, it's tough to walk through.
Yeah, you gotta scale the tree or
Yeah, you're really good at being a lumberjack.
have some spike shoes,
Yeah, all that
Which,
stuff.
yeah, I just think I'll walk around. But this was the closet. Everybody's like, oh, what's this scary area? I mean, it's a closet. Closets aren't scary.
Yes, we know mold is bad. We are very
Yeah.
careful in here.
That's why we're not hanging out here very long.
Even though it's very calm in there tonight, I like
Yeah,
it.
it is kind of calm.
If you want to look in the bathroom, you can. It's just really small. I don't think I'll
You guys give you a creep spot. What's up there? Sorry, I'm kind of tall for some of these spaces.
Anybody puts them in.
Oh, no, they go in there. They used to use it without them being connected.
Oh, shit.
Yes, exactly.
It's a poopy situation.
Yeah, you got it. And this thing is ew.
Yeah, you guys want to catch a bug or something? This is the place to be right here.
Yeah.
Also insects or
All the
arachnids.
insects.
Yeah. Insect or arachnid can be caught there.
This is the place to be, y'all.
This is a fun place, and when the music stops and the football's over and it gets really quiet, I will freely admit that there's been a couple times that I've had a couple $100 worth of equipment upstairs, and we're here, and we go outside, we take a break, we're like, let's go back inside, we walk in, we get to the bottom of the stairs, and I'm like, nope, and walk right back out, because it gets a little creepy in here. When I get creeped out, it's a little creepy. Because this is, like I said, this is home, and
So she don't get creeped out.
not easily, and I got to the
That's
bottom of the
not
stairs, I'm like, nope, lock that door, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And that's exactly what we did. But, I've never had anybody get hurt.
It can be dangerous, so it's dark, and the danger is more just because you can't see,
Right.
because it's dark here.
Yes,
and
bring
that's-
flashlights in when you
yes,
come.
always.
Yes, please
Got a
bring flashlights.
question.
Yeah.
It says, when was the last time this place was inhabited?
As a jail, 1968, but as a residence, because they rented it out, it was actually into the mid-80s. People were living in here, so this is not like old damage.
Yeah, it opened for incarceration in 1928
Mhm.
and it closed in 1968. 2 years prior to closing, they opened up this residential, or built this residential
Somebody hold this light.
portion of the jail for the jailers. Is that
Yeah,
right?
for the, I don't know if you're the sheriff, I'm not sure what they called them, but they were
Thank
the
you.
jail keepers.
Yeah, the keepers of
Just so there was
Fort
somebody
Sutton.
here, so if, there
Yeah,
was
they didn't want to leave them
something
alone.
broken. Because there were more than one prisoner per cell, you gotta understand. And I'm sure they had their little, arguments and fights and what have you.
And they didn't work it out. when I was
Yeah, and there
here,
was nobody there to police them, literally.
Yeah.
So, people got the hell beat out of them. Some passed away. It happens.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
There's been some obvious deaths in here. There's even some residual stuff you said in the past. maybe?
yeah, upstairs in Frank's cell, we have a shadow man that has been caught on still photo, on video, and plenty of personal experiences. People just say,
Yeah.
there's somebody just walking back and forth in front of the window. I'm like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we seen
he
him
just
last
hangs-
time we were
yeah,
here.
he-
The prior time that Chris and I were here with our group, we
just hangs out up there.
literally saw them block out the light.
Yeah,
We're
it's-
just totally surprised.
Because
by
there
that.
is a street light over there outside, so there's definitely something for you to have a steady light. It isn't like the lights moving, it isn't car lights, because you're on the second floor.
Right.
So he hangs out up there. Please tell me there's nothing on my back.
Nothing but your hair.
Oh, Lord have mercy, quit messing with my
Give
back.
me a little brush off. just
Yeah,
so-
because that's
so
where it's
better.
like, ugh,
Okay, you're good to
that
go.
feeling just creeping up my back is not good.
That one you don't want. Not that big black one.
Don't make me hit
Nah,
you.
nothing on the back.
Yeah, because I would have to hurt him. We do have a more recent decedent guest here. After this place was rented as a home, I gotta be politically correct here, right?
A little bit, yeah, we got.
No profanity.
Well, not necessarily that, it's just,
Well,
we gotta be careful so we
yeah,
don't get reprisals from the locals.
exactly. There was a gentleman here named Willie James Ellison, and Willie had a job where he was an independent pharmaceutical distributor.
There you go.
And, he'd come to your home, you come to his home, whatever. And
Really nice guy.
Really, actually, he is a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Couple doors down, literally. He and another co-distributor that were like rivals got into a disagreement, and guns came out, things happened, and they brought Willie's body to the jail to leave him here until they could go and dispose of it elsewhere.
Right here, actually.
They
wasn't
used this window.
Yeah, right here in
They
this
put
spot.
him in this window and dropped him on the floor, and then this is unfortunately where he passed. That was in 2009. This stuff is all in the newspaper, the Chiefland, I don't know what it's called, the Chiefland Gazette maybe? But he didn't immediately expire here. but he comes and goes. He was actually the first person I encountered here when I came back in 2010. He's a very nice guy. He likes women, shows up, he likes blondes.
Well, you got one. A couple good things going for you. Not so much for us, but
He's never been mean to anybody unless somebody came in and was very disrespectful to him. And then he's not so much mean, he just leaves. But his family still lives in the area, which is like, that's kind of cool because you can go talk to them and confirm things. And I've met his sisters and we've had long talks about what happened. So he's our most recent guest, and bad circumstances.
we had a lot of discussion early on when we did a live show a couple days ago about turning the jail or trying to get the jail set up in a historical society.
Oh,
We're gonna try to obviously pursue that for the jail, and we wanna tell you guys that. I know that takes a lot of, you gotta get bills signed and stuff like
yeah.
that. So
A
we're
lot of
gonna
time.
work really hard. We're gonna use some of the, first is we wanna get this jail back to where it's actually
Yeah.
safe and it looks good, and you don't have to worry about that big black spider that's on your shoulder, to get you. So that's our first order of business, is to get this place back to where it's safe.
Right.
It looks better, and it's something that's gonna last for our future and our kids and other groups that are gonna come back here. And that's what we wanna do
Who is
ultimately.
in the administrative office? Okay, there's somebody up there.
And, we already have Paranormal.
I was like, alright, this is.
That's our
crazy.
first goal. The second goal
Stop
is we
scaring
get
me.
this put on the National Register as a historical place. And it is. I mean, this place is built in 1928.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, 28.
1928. So that's it lasted till 1968. And so that's our second goal. The first goal is to make it safe and solid for our future, and future historians, future paranormal groups, people who just love to see old places like jails and things like that.
It is a
So
fun
she can
place
do
to hang
tourism
out.
and
Yeah.
keep the place supported.
We had people who've tried before with helping us out. A group came out and one of the guys was an electrician. He installed lighting throughout the jail for us that we just had to run a power cord outside to the box, and we had lights. I was like, oh my gosh, you can set your stuff up, you can see what you're doing, and it's all great.
Yeah, when we come back again, we're gonna bring a generator, and we're gonna be working, doing some painting, and
When the locals heard about the lights though, Rolex contains copper gets cash value.
well, we have actually a big floodlight that we're bringing with us.
Cool, like those big ones they have on the road, it's like the sun itself. Yeah, I love those.
Daylight on a stick or something.
But we can have
like that.
ghost investigations and tanning.
And if you get cold, you just stand about this far
Right.
from it
Yeah,
and
he's
warm
like,
right
hey,
up.
I'm all good, yeah. Cold, that'd be an interesting thing out here, was to be cold. I'm like dying out here.
Yeah, it is warm. This is Florida, so we're cooking constantly.
Apparently
Football game is
football's
doing
going
well.
well.
Somebody is winning.
Right. Maybe his team is not winning though, because that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't sound good. This is live show for you. You get to hear all the good stuff.
Yes, our locals are so much fun.
But we're going to take a little intermission, and then we're going to sit down in one of these rooms, and we're going to do some investigations. They're investigating in EVPs or ghost box or something. We'll let the guests decide and see what you guys decide. And do you have a question? One of the watchers
Yeah,
has something to say?
question. So the place was not in use when Willie was dumped there?
No, he was left here in 2009, and this shut down.
60.
Well, the jail shut down in '68, but living here as a resident shut down in the '80s. So no, this was well after it was closed.
So at least 20 years after the place
Yeah.
was.
Arlene did own it at the time. Arlene Hale, who owns it now, she did own it then. She did have to come out here and let the sheriff's department in to find out as much of the story as they could find out after they found his body elsewhere. So we know that it was long not lived in.
Miss Michelle, can you point out the place where they found the body?
He was right here. They just kind of heaved him in this window, and he was on the floor here.
Floor right here.
He wasn't a real big guy, so he kind of fit in the window easily. I mean, there was no dismember or anything. They just dumped him in here after he was shot. And he wasn't deceased yet, but he did expire here. We had a detective, in case anyone was curious. We had one of the detectives that worked on his case came here, verified stuff for us, answered questions. It was Team Psychic was another team I was on. And the two of them hadn't met. They didn't even look at each other. They were back to back, and she was giving information, and the detective was confirming it. So that's where we're basing a whole lot of that on. This person, he was there for the investigation, and then the team psychic gave us information that was confirmed.
Is that something else you guys?
Yes. What was else? You had another question?
I think they asked, they wanted to thank Michelle for her time.
Oh, well, Hey, I love doing this. You guys don't know. You have to drag me out of this place.
Like I said, we're gonna take a quick intermission here. You guys get yourself a cup of coffee, a soda, something like that, a little snack. My favorite banana bread, you know, I usually have when I'm doing my live shows. We're as long as it'll be like 5 minutes, you can probably come and watch us or whatever, or they can walk around the jail and you guys can tell him where to go and you guys can take a look at things. While we take a quick break, I'm gonna take a smoke break, another one of my bad habits,
Some water.
and some water, and then we'll be starting our investigation. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
To the bottom of our hearts, we thank you very much for coming and spending the time that you have with us thus far. Like I said, we're also going to be on a film, so we got two fun things going here. We get to spend a little bit of time with Michelle and her friend here from what was it, Group? It's an easy name to remember, but I'm blanking. Group Paranormal. And what was your name again, sir?
Joel.
Joel from Group Paranormal we're being honored with his presence, and he's going to do some investigating with us. And
The honor's all mine.
Sir?
The honor's all mine.
The honor is all his. Well, we appreciate every bit you coming with us and spending the night with us. And like I said, we're gonna take a break. You can talk to the cameraman there, Chris, I guess, or whoever's got the camera next. Yeah, we're kind of blinded by the bright lights. But that aside, you can ask him questions. You can even tell him where you want to go in the jail while we take our little intermission here and do your own little exploring. Maybe he can show you around back and show you some of the trees. That'd be a really awesome thing for one of our guys to do, is just to show you that the trees, that's one of the biggest dangers right now for the jail, is this tree leaning on the building, and we have to somehow come together with some money to get that off there. It's not going to be a cheap process for sure.
It's a huge
Because as you'll
tree.
see, it's pretty huge. It's an old oak tree, or
I believe it's an oak tree.
acorn tree, or
It's
something
either
like
oak or
that.
pecan. I'm not
Oak.
sure.
Pecan.
It's oak.
Is it oak? Okay.
It's an oak tree.
Yeah.
So as you probably well know, oak trees are pretty huge and solid, like the one you're about to see here. So thanks again. We'll be right back with you. Okay.
All right, let's take a walk outside and look at the damage.
All right. So you want to get your side?
Where do you want to go first?
Oh, we'll go look at the tree around back.
Good, good.
We'll go around back and look at this tree that was fell on top of the place, so y'all can get a better idea of how much damage that really is. There's the tree right there. Here's the big tree that's leaning over on top of the building. That's the big tree that's laying on top of the building. It needs to be removed. Thank y'all guys. I'm glad we could produce this good video for y'all. There's more damage that needs to be fixed. Nah, the tree didn't have a chance in that small, thin soil. That's for sure. But the threat of it now is falling on top of the building.
That's what's holding it up.
Yeah. It's just leaning over on top of the building. and you can hear it creaking too. There's another big tree that fell down. Needs cut up. It's in the yard. As you can see, the glass has been broken out in the jail too. Tree obsession. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but this is from the inside. This is the fence from the inside right here. Damage from the storm also. So we're going to try to fix it up. Yeah, there is lots of damage. Lots of damage. This is a fence that tree fell on. The tree was already removed, but the fence is still damaged. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be repaired. I'm glad everybody in this live YouTube chat room can join us today. Main thing is we can show our support for to Michelle is to make our donations. Yeah, it is the original fence. They haven't been able to replace it or nothing, but it's not really the original fence, but they had to put barbed wire on top of it because of vandalism. Oh, you're welcome, Lindia. I'm glad y'all like the live stream. Let's go take a look about what everybody's doing. Got all our nice setup right here.
Oh, okay.
All ready for the investigation.
To get,
Ooh.
we can set the table up like right there, or
Getting everything ready. Got the coffee.
I don't know how much of this table y'all are gonna be using, but.
How many inmates did jail hold? Hold on, I shall find that out. Yep, coffee. Gotta have coffee. Hey Michelle, how many inmates did the jail hold, you know?
I do not, because we
Do not
have
know.
those records.
Do not have those records right now.
Yeah, those are, again, we're not allowed to have because of the names showing
Yeah.
up in them.
The records are private right now.
Well, we were told they were going to get burned if we keep asking.
Oh wow. Records are private, so we won't ever know how many inmates that the jail held. She just messaged me. But y'all can donate to the jail at the bottom of this window. There's a link that y'all can go to. Y'all can make your donations, even if it's just $10. Whatever donations y'all can give would be greatly appreciated in order to upkeep this jail. How many cells? That's a good question. Let's walk around here. Look at them right here. There's a small cell right there. There's one. There's a small cell right here. Let's take a look right in here. There's a small cell right here. No bunk in here. There's 2 cells. There's another cell right here with a bunk in it. That's 3 cells with that nice mannequin right there. That's all the cells down here. So there's 3 cells down here. Let's go on upstairs. So 3 cells downstairs. Let's take a look at this cell right here. There's a cell here to the right. There's a nice bunk in there. You can probably fit a couple people in here. Good size area. So that's 4 holding cells right there. There's one across the hall. That's 5, number 5. 5 cells. Toilet, sink in here. It's 5 holding cells right there. Yeah, I'm actually in the, up here by myself. Let me sit down right here. Sit down here. I'll be quiet for a little while and let y'all listen. Ooh. All right, let's move on to another cell. You're welcome, Raven. All right, let's see. So we're at number 5. We're at 5 holding cells right now. This is the 5th holding cell right here. Let's go look at another one. Yeah, it's really close quarters. Here's number 6 right here. There's 6 holding cell right here. There's the bunk right here. And broken windows. See the broken window? Broken windows. There's a toilet right there. Let's go look. That's number 6. There's number 7 right here. This is actually Robert's room right here. Robert's room right here. He don't like men in his cell. He don't like men at all in his cell. So there's number 7 right there. Let's go look over here. Here's number 8 right here. Here's number 8. Number 8 right here. It's got 2 bunks in it. I believe, hold on one second. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the room where the pennies, this is the room where the pennies came off the bunk. See how many pennies there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 pennies on his bunk in here. Yeah. But yeah, this is the cell where the penny was thrown. My name's Chris, by the way, Raven. Good to see you. Yep, my name's Chris. Yep, you're right here, it's Chris. Let's see here. I'm glad everybody can join us in the YouTube video today. Go look over here. Yes, Raven, it's Chris. Hello, Raven. Yes, it's me. Hey, Steph. Hey, Raven. Yep. Thank you, Starry. Thank you very much. I'm glad that we can produce a good video. I want to take this time and do a big shout out to Raven because she's very supportive of our group. She is very supportive of our group and helps us out a lot in her personal time, and I want to thank her very much. She's a very big part of this group, and along with everybody else in this chat room, we want to thank you all very much for being our peers and hanging out with us tonight, and we want to thank every one of y'all. Here's Tyler. Alrighty. Let's head on back downstairs. Oh, you coming up with a tripod? Alright, come on. We're just setting up for the investigation and getting ready to get started.
It's cool to read the comments.
Oh yeah.
Go check on the pennies.
Oh yes, yes. All right, let's take a walk downstairs real quick. See what everybody's doing down here. Yeah, there's a broken window right there. See what everybody's doing in here. Here we go. Everybody get set up. Yeah.
Just getting ready. We're gonna put the camera on the tripod and we're gonna look and start this thing. I'm not boring you all to death, are we? I hope not.
Takes a little while to get set up for the investigation.
It's a lot quicker when we're filming this thing, let me tell you. At least for you guys.
That's right there.
Yes.
I got Ricky and his dad. Are you watching this, dude?
And once they start paying me, I'll show you what I'm drinking, so you don't know what's backside.
You have this thing of watching backside. I don't know
I
that.
do. Tail chaser, what can I do?
Oh,
I don't know how to go on smart when I'm sweating like a field hand right now.
Offering up targets for the spiders.
Thanks. I need to get that phone.
I think it might be
This
good.
is the second right here. This is the next anybody's phone.
Jason. Hey, bud.
He's signing his life away for me.
Oh, yeah. We're running out of battery. You gotta get some batteries. Any black box in the house, and we got battery juice for every 10 years.
Mine?
It's in his, right?
yeah.
I got one.
Will you bring it in?
I need your key to the car.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just breaking. Focus.
Keep going around.
Don't tell me twice.
Alright, so I need you sign, I need Chris and
Yes.
Rick to sign.
I'm gonna take the camera, everybody. Are you excited?
Oh yeah. Ricky's gonna take the camera for us.
Alright.
All right.
Okay. You just give a sign away your eyes. I don't know.
Blind you to death here? I can't read a word you guys are saying in here.
Look it down. There you go.
Is that a little better? Then they can't see your face. That's a little better.
Initials there.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. You're back, they said. I bet.
Oh, yeah, back.
I know, stay
Got any questions for me? Did you already, what are you doing?
I'm doing that weird, scary look thing where it's like the light's showing up on the bottom of your chin and your. Let's see if I can do this right. There we go. Isn't that creepy, everybody? Except Tyler looks too good to be creepy.
I do still think that.
You wanna go,
We're gonna go upstairs here in just a minute. We're gonna do a ghost box session, but our camera here is about to die, so we're trying to get some power source up there. We're at 20%.
does Jason get a backup battery?
That's what he's after.
I'm doing that if I take it from you that you're
Well, I'm gonna walk around and do something. Got any questions? And check out my tools.
He's got his MacGyver set, so he's good to go.
Let's see. Laser pen. That's pretty cool. Check this out.
Yeah, I just want to get it out of
I
there.
brought mine tonight too.
You can check the
Laser pen, everybody. Isn't that awesome? If you're drunk, this would be very bad. Or any kind of fun medication. It looks like stars.
so that's
awesome.
cool.
Now I'm gonna try to get a hold of his camera. There's Rick. He's one of our new members. Everybody say hi to Rick. Try not to shine the light in your eyeballs, but hi, Ricky. Hi, Rick. That's Rick. I'm Ricky.
Yeah.
He's one of our new investigators.
Yeah.
He's also my dad. He loves the paranormal like I do.
Yeah, they call me Dad half the time.
She says the IT shows up great in the can.
Oh, good.
IT.
What's IT?
The what?
They're all smarter than we are. IT.
Oh.
Starry says hello, Dad.
Hi.
Raven says hi, Senior. Hi.
I know, I'm
Spooky
blue
says
eyes.
hi. No hi.
We just keep these on.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Bear with us a minute. We got to plug a battery source in. We're about to About to lose our electricity here, and the battery phone or the camera's gonna die. And we got power. Is that working?
Oh. Yeah, you
It's
got
on.
that
We're
one.
good. We got electricity. We're gonna last a little longer. We got the battery pack.
How can you tell? Where's your battery?
You're not gonna see it on here, but that
It's working.
it's working.
I hope
As
it
long
is.
as that's on, it's working.
I think we're good to go.
Hopefully.
All right. How about we go up and do a session? What do you say?
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
We go upstairs.
Yeah,
Let
let's
this
go
man have this
inside.
camera.
All right. All right.
Let me make sure I got everything I want. Yep, got it.
You got your stuff up there.
All right, we're ready to roll.
All right. We're ready to roll.
Do you need
We'll go upstairs and do a session real quick.
Set this in the box over, sir.
turn?
Here we go.
All right. Let's go.
You need one of these?
I'll take it. You're not looking at my butt, are you?
Yes.
Did I bring,
Yes, we'll need 2 of those actually.
then I'll go get another one.
Okay. Thank you, Dad. My dad's always thinking about stuff. Me, I can't remember half the stuff. My dad's like, you need this, right? I'm like, oh yeah. I think we need to have him run the show sometime.
Yeah.
I'm the memory man.
He's the memory man. Yeah, you're right. This is the fun stuff, watching us get ready to actually do an investigation.
Yep.
We gotta put this nice little device on it to hold the camera.
Oh.
And you can't have jelly fingers.
Yep.
And I'm full of jelly fingers. Just don't drop the camera. This sucker costs like $3 grand.
Yes.
Drop this camera and you're gonna see Chris and I cry and cry and cry.
Yes.
There's no
Very
insurance for
bad.
this stuff.
No, we don't have no insurance on our equipment. It'd be very bad if something happened. Very bad.
Here we cry. And more cry. This is a crappy tripod. We gotta get mine together to get a real one. Very crappy tripod. It's not really meant for this kind of camera. But it works. Gets the job done until we get our nickels and dimes together and buy us that nice one we want.
Yeah.
You just gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Absolutely.
I don't mind it so much. I forgot how to use this thing. Oh yeah. I'm not used to using this thing.
You got a tape under there?
Yeah. You turn the Lindsay thing on. I don't know where to find the switch. There you go.
Rick, I brought one of these.
Okay, great.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at all the equipment we got here. We're really old school here, guys. Really old school. We do the things the original way here.
Yeah, we don't rely too much on, I mean, other than cameras and stuff that we need to have to show you what we do, this is kind of as far as we get. You can stand over there a little bit as you're shining right in my lens here.
Should I turn this on?
Not yet.
Probably not yet.
Not yet.
I think we're ready.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna put another tape in just because.
Okay. Always carry extra tapes with you.
You never know. Forgot which one it was. I put it on my cheek to see which one's the warmest one. That looks beautiful. And IR. We're hot. We're ready to roll. Now, if I just not trip on the camera and break it, we'll be awesomeness.
It's looking nice. You're fine, I'm just hanging out.
You're a sweetheart.
Okay. We are going to do a ghost box session. You guys will most assuredly, trying to talk to the camera over there. You guys will most assuredly hear the stuff that comes across, some of the stuff that we get. I'm going to use the old faithful. We have two. We got the SB11 and my all-time favorite radio hashtag. This is about as techy as we get. Now we got a K2 meter and we use the. This thing is known as an EMF pump, and the idea behind it is I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. The idea behind it is it projects out an EMF field, like a copper top battery field, and the idea is that they can use that energy instead of draining the batteries on our cameras or whatever, and on our devices that we're using. And this is about as techy as we get for the most part. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. This thing tends to be loud, so I'm not a big fan of using it because it just makes a loud hum noise. But this right here, I've had this thing for 15 years, 10, 15 years, and had nothing but awesome success with it. First time I turned it on, I had asked if anybody wanted to communicate with me, and I got a reply in a very clear voice from a female saying, she said, "I do, I was murdered." Just like that, she said she was murdered. Let me tell you how many goosebumps came up on my arm after that. It was awesome. The even weird, craziest part about all that is a week later, about a block or two up the road from where we lived at the time, they were putting in a new Circle K convenience store, and they were clearing out a field. And there was a husband and wife who got into some kind of domestic disturbance or dispute with each other, and he ended up, the idea thought for sure that he had killed her. But they never could find her body, and I don't really know what happened to it on the court side of things, because I didn't follow it. I just read the story real brief so many years ago. And they never did find her body anywhere. And as they were clearing the field, they found her body in that field in a shallow grave, and it was pretty sad. And I don't know if that was her, but I almost want to believe it was. It was pretty sickening that someone would do that to somebody. But we're going to give it a shot. Do you want to be the cameraman, Dad?
Okay.
You want? Okay. You can shine the camera on us, on that camera right there, if you think you can hold it all. It's probably going to take 2 hands. Ooh, that's bright. And you can pretty much see us in the window of that, on the screen there. Just try to hold it as steady as you can. That thing there, you could probably stick in your pocket. There you go.
All right.
Does it seem pretty okay to hold? You get 2 hands.
Oh, yeah, it's easy.
All right.
Make sure we're running here.
Yeah, make sure we're good right here.
I'm going to start recording, I think.
Crack the pot.
I'm just going to let everybody know outside here to keep it quiet so you guys can hear and we can hear. If you're down the hall, let everybody know that we are recording and doing it. You're welcome. Okay, everybody. I'm not being weird. I'm scaring the locals.
K2 meter out.
Chris and I are gonna kind of sit right here with you guys.
Thank you, seen it.
You know what relief this is to sit on the floor?
Feels good.
Oof, forgot the speakers
Shit.
and the other radio. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, this one's red. There it is. You can see a little blue light comes on and everything. Sometimes more in the pitch of dark, I like
We'll
it.
get some K2 activity.
See how this, I'll show you how this works. You see the K2 meter?
EMS pump.
Now this little pump here, if I get it close, the light's all and lights up. So the idea is that they can use off the energy on this device to keep the batteries in any of our other devices. Try to keep it where you see and keep this part on the way to where it doesn't necessarily affect that device.
That's why we keep far away so it don't affect the K2 meters.
And it vibrates so
Don't
much.
get false readings.
I think it's horribly loud.
What's that?
Not that bad, I guess.
What's that orange thing behind us, sir?
Hmm?
That orange thing.
No, I was covering up a septic.
Oh, good, put on top of it.
Is this somebody's flashlight?
Mine.
Oh, it's yours. How can I give you a flashlight?
Put on top of that orange thing.
Oh, good idea. Look at that. Chris is always thinking. That's what we love about Chris. Now, you guys see these over here? I want to make sure y'all can see these. And we all can see them. Try not to get them too close to the stuff. Make sure they can see it.
I can't see.
Okay, hi everybody, my name is Ricky. This is Chris. And we would like to know if it was alright if we communicate with you guys tonight. And we'd just like a little bit of confirmation that you're here. And if you could do that, if you could say my name, Ricky, or say Chris, just so we know you're here. Can you do that for us? I think I heard a no. This is gonna roll the same on one here. Would anybody like to communicate with us? It's really difficult to hear this sometimes. It's easier to play back. When I'm listening to it on the camera and hold the audio out of it, I pick up with all this stuff. We would like to communicate with the spirits that are here in this jail. What was their name again? Robert and Frank? Robert and Frank? Are you here with us tonight? I heard us say this. I would like to speak with Robert or Frank. Are you here? Dad, if you'd like, you can pull that chair over right here and just sit down if you want, so you don't have to stand. It'll make it easier for you.
Can you say my name, Chris? Can you say Chris?
You sent this K2 off to show us that you're here? We got two of them here. This one here is our yes one, over here by me. And this one over there by Chris, that one's our no box. I see you lighting it up. Awesome. Can you do that real bright for us? Yes? I heard a yes.
All right. Go ahead and light it up for us, nice and bright.
right so everybody in the audience who loves you guys can communicate with you too. You see you doing a little
You see
bit.
a little bit. Thank you
Doing
very
awesome.
much. You're doing a good job.
Can you light that other one up for us also? And show us that that one works for you too? The one right here in front of
You
Chris?
like this one up for me?
I see you still lighting this one up. Now I want to let everybody know who's watching here in the YouTube land that there is no electricity in the building here at all. That I'm aware of. There's definitely none upstairs here. I
Good.
see you lighting that one up.
That's good.
See, this one won't hurt you. You just got to put your hand over the top of it, and that tells us that you're here. You're doing awesome. There you
Good
go.
job. Thank you.
Nice and bright. You're doing awesome. Can you tell us your name, the person who's lighting that up for us? Real loud so we can hear you.
Can you tell us a name or your name real loud? We can't quite hear you.
Here, so quick. Are we speaking with a male? Or a female? Are we speaking with a male? You light that up if you're a male? A man? How about light it up if you're a female?
You lit up, yes.
I'm getting a yes for both female and male. Is it too close, you think, to this tonight?
No.
We're not getting any interference from this at all. I don't have a cell phone or any electronics in my pocket. No interference from this radio. Can you make that light up again for us? What's your name? My name is Ricky. And this is Chris. Should we try the other intakes or radio? It's got better antenna. We're going to try a different one. It's got better antennas. These heavy brick concrete walls are really tough for signal to come through here. Now, I'm not familiar with these. It works. It is scanning through radio frequencies, but it's scanning through them fast enough to where random noises will come through, the bits and pieces of the voice. And the way you get authentication from it is if you ask it a question to where it's odds that they're not going to have my name on the radio, the odds that they're not going to have Chris's name on the radio, or respond intelligently to any of the questions that we ask. That's where all this works. Now, if we ask them, can you light up this K2 meter over here again, the green light? Can you light that up to show them that you're here? Like you just did a minute ago? You were doing a really great job. Can you show everybody that you're here? Are you being shy? You're being shy again. We're going to try this device. And shoot me. Can you say Ricky to confirm if you're here?
Say Ricky so we know that you're here with us.
We have a temperature thing on here to tell them your room nearby. Can you touch this thing and make the temperature change? Make it beat for us? Yes.
Go ahead, we're watching.
I hear you responding. Can you say Chris's name so we know if you're really here? You're doing awesome. Make it warm. Put your hand right over it. Awesome. You're making it light up.
Very nice.
And the way it lights up is they have to the temperature change in the room. And this room's pretty warm. And it's been constant all night. And the only way you can change it is by the temperature variation. I just reset it. I would like to speak to the little girl that's here in the jail. Are you here? Can we speak with the little girl that's here in this jail? Can anybody tell me how many spirits are here with us tonight? 6, 7. One more time, how many spirits are here with us, please? Are you making the temperature go up? I see you like playing with our gadgets we have here. Can you light up one of these 2 green lights here for us? Let's try this as operating a minute. How's that? And then we'll do these again in a minute. I see you like playing with our gadgets.
Oh.
There you go. They're like really lighting up. Why is that lighting up right there?
I don't know.
There's something in the floor.
No.
See this weird?
On the floor.
Thank you for making that light up, mosquito. Can you do that again? I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll set it here so you can see it too. Can you light that up for us? You did a really awesome job just now.
Touch that green light over there so you can light it up with your hands. It won't hurt you one bit, I promise.
It's okay. We want to let you guys know that Chris and I or any other members of our team are not going to hurt you in any way. We're not going to make you do things. We're not going to make you leave. We're not here to send you anywhere. We're not here to make you do parlor tricks. The three things that we do ask you to do, like touching the green lights and stuff like that, that helps us communicate with you. Because we as living have a hard time hearing you on your side. We have passion and we do care about you guys. And we don't want to see anything happen to you guys that you don't want to do. And, you probably know us, some of you guys have communicated with us before, that we're a pretty level bunch here. We don't push you guys to do things. We don't want you to do stuff you don't want to. We just want to be friends with you and get to know you a little bit as a person who you once were and on the spirit side where you're at now. And to do that, unfortunately, we have to use different devices because we're not able to hear all the time what you guys are saying. It's easier for us to use a device like this that if you place your hand on it, when it lights it up, it kind of tells us you're saying yes. And then when you're saying no, you're touching this other device over here. I know it feels like you're doing a lot of parlor tricks, but it's really not. That's just really, we're kind of handicapped, I guess you could say. We just can't hear you that well. Or see you for that much unless you choose to show us. We are also using this device also in front of us. This is what we call a ghost box or SP11. And it kind of scans through the radio. We can hear you sometimes through this, not always while you're talking, but during playback. So a lot of times you'll see us pause a minute and we try to communicate. Sometimes we hear it, sometimes we don't. But we do our best, and it's a trick to get to listen between the little clicks that this thing puts out. And it's troublesome at times, but we get better at it the more we do it over the years. And I'm pretty apt at listening to it, and Chris is getting pretty good at it. And
Yeah.
you hear me knocking stuff over here, but we're pretty got a good ear for it now, I think. And we understand that you guys also have feelings, and we understand that you guys also have a life here in this jail and some kind of life wherever you're at, or whatever it is, and we want to respect that, and we want to respect you just like we do the living. And we would just like to be friends with you, and would like to know if you would communicate with us, and just kind of do that for us, take that extra step, and just touch these boxes for us, just so we can hear you or in our way, and see that your response is that you're there to communicate with us. And the easiest way, like I said, is just to place your hand on one of these devices like we were just doing. I wonder if there's something loose in here. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Place your hand on it, and that tells us yes on this device right here. And if you're saying no, obviously you could touch that other one if you're pretty adamant about your answer. Does that sound okay and fair? Is that okay that we communicate with you? And would you like one of these devices up to communicate that to us? We promise you that these devices will harm you in no way. All you gotta do is take your hand and place it near it or on top of it or through it or whatever it is that, the way that you can manipulate the light to come on, and it'll detect you when you're close by.
I want
Go ahead.
to point out that the scream is coming from the residents outside.
Yeah, there's a big football game going on. Apparently somebody either won or scored, I don't know what it was. We picked a bad night, I guess, to do the show, but it's working as best we can. So would you do that for us? Would you like that, one of these green lights up for us to let us know that, that you can hear us, you can see us, that you're willing to communicate?
Can you place your hand over top of the green light so it'll light up for us, please? That way we know that you're here with us.
We do have a device in here, it's got a blue light on it, it's right behind me. You can kind of bathe yourself in that box, and it will give you some energy in return, so you don't have to worry about spending your energy. You're welcome to use a little bit of my energy if you need to. Just don't take it all if you don't mind. I have to drive home. I don't want to fall asleep. Otherwise, I'll be up till daylight, so. Is that okay with you guys? Will you communicate with us, please?
Can you place your hand over top of the light and light it up like you did before?
thank you for that. We're gonna try this device if it's okay. And we're gonna see if we can't hear you guys some more. We weren't sure if you were wanting to communicate through that or through this. But it seems like you'd rather do it through this. This is probably a lot easier for you.
Hey, Rick. The live stream, the cameras are getting dark.
Yeah. How did it end?
What is it?
Getting dark.
Getting dark. I mean, need a
Well,
the streaming went dark.
extremely dark.
You can see a little bit.
That's weird.
Why did it go dark like that?
I don't know, that's really creepy.
That same text right there has been on there for a while.
Same what?
Same text right there, the last one on
Are
there.
we still live?
I'm gonna check
Take a
and
look
see.
at it.
Use my phone.
Can you guys hear us okay? Is there anybody here? It says we have 11 people watching. Don't understand why it's. Can you guys hear us okay? Is there anybody here? Yeah, it's still broadcasting.
What kind of picture do you need?
It's a dark reason.
I don't know what happened.
There, it just went right. You got any other folks or something?
Okay, well, we'll keep going. We're probably gonna end it here for long, but, okay, everybody. Sorry about that, we thought we lost you, and we don't wanna lose you. We would like to communicate. Take two, just one crazy.
Well, I'm good.
You make that line up really good?
Huh?
You can see it. Can't see one. Dad, turn the camera towards this way, towards us. There you go. Try to keep both of us in the frame if you can.
I'll shut it off. I'll shut it off. I'll shut my phone
Is there anybody here like to communicate with us?
Still going on.
Still going on.
Still going on.
Cell phone turned off. My name is Ricky. Can you say Ricky? Can you see that over there? Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you say, just so we know you're here, I see you lighting them both up. That's awesome.
Thank you very much for lighting them up. Thank you.
Now that one over here in front of Chris, that's our note box again, and this is our yes box right here. Very good. You understand that is yes.
Okay, very good.
Good. Very good. Can you light the no one up real bright for us so we know that that one works too? I see you lighting them both up now. That's really weird.
You must have a lot of energy. Yeah, yeah.
See what that is.
Yeah.
That's weird. Never had that happen. Can you tell us your name?
Amy?
You say Amy? Yeah. Hi Amy, my name is Ricky.
Can you say Ricky?
Yes. My name.
Very funny.
Yeah. You guys play this back, you'll hear it much better, I promise you. Maybe with headphones, you probably hear a lot more too. These K2s are kind of going off steady, I don't know why.
Yeah.
There is no electricity up here, the cell phone's turned off. It's not from this.
It's not from that, otherwise that'd be bright, real
Yeah,
bright.
right. Dude, there's some kind of weird interference around here, I don't know what it is. There's no power around this whole place. You hear the static? It's really weird. I don't have any like
It's kind of weird that our live feed is going on like that too.
our light feed is acting up on us too, yeah. I don't know if that's paranormal related or if it's.
And the battery's warming up.
That's okay, that's normal. Battery's normal. That's normal. Can you make these lights stop blinking? I see you got them blinking pretty steady now. Can you make them quit blinking by pulling away from them?
There we go.
Very good, you guys are doing awesome. How about this one over here? Can you do the same with that one? Pull away from it? Very good. You did the same
Very
right now.
good. Very good.
So you see how we make them work, that's how you light them up, you touch them. Amy, are you still with us by lighting this up by saying yes? Amy, are you still here? Is there anybody else here would like to communicate? You're broken up? Are we broken up? You saying you can't hear us? You hear them broken up? They said they're broken up. Who's broken up, or can you hear us okay?
If you can hear us all right, can you put your hand on the top
Can you see us? That's crazy. We've never had that happen before. None of us dead. That's weird. Can you see us okay? I see you made them stop. Can you make them light up again for if you can't see us? There's one in front of me. Can you light it up again? There's somebody in the hallway? Here.
Yeah.
Sorry, oh, you're okay. I just didn't know what it was. Somebody in the hallway is what you guys are hearing.
Rick, this front K2 meter, I can't get a focus on it.
That's okay.
Sorry about that, we're done now.
Sir?
Sorry about making it, but we're done.
No, you're good. That's all right. Make sure there's somebody out there doing something else. Are you still here with us? How many spirits are here with us tonight? Can you give us a number?
Where's the temperature on that?
I turned it off. You want me to turn it off? Can you tell us how many spirits are here tonight?
Everything died. Did we scare you away?
Are you still here then?
Shine that light down there.
You like that up? You're still here?
Yeah,
There you go.
There you
You
go.
like
Thank
both
you.
of them?
Thank you very much.
Okay, just one at a time, please. That one here is yes. Okay? You like this one up that you're still here? Right by my hand? We would like to speak with the spirits that are here in this jail. Can we speak with you? Would that be okay? Yes, it said it was okay. My name is Ricky, and this is Chris. We would like to show the audience here that's watching us and tell us about yourself. And tell us your name. Did you guys say that again? And they kept going. Are you trying to say something to us? You're going to have to be a little louder so we can hear you. Give us some proof that you're here, please. The proof's going to be either lighting one of these up really bright, not just a little bit, but really bright, or saying my name or Chris's name real loud.
I got a weird feeling.
Yeah, I'm getting a good feeling too. It's getting really heavy in here. Something's going on. Something dark. Something angry.
Yeah, something angry.
Are you mad that we're here? Are you angry that we're here? You're repeating something over and over and over and over. Now I see you setting the alarm off. Can you make it stop? Make the alarm stop. Thank you.
I got a really heavy feeling.
If that's you, do it again. Make the alarm go off. We got something bad going on here. I think we may have to end it. You want us to leave? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
If you want us to leave, put your hand on top of K2.
Or tell us loud? It is told us to F off. Do you want us to go out of this cell? Yes.
I think we can take a break.
Okay, we're gonna leave the
We'll
cell.
take a
We're
break.
getting pretty angry at us.
Yeah,
They
we'll
just
take
told
a
us
break.
this with the K2 meter, so we're gonna go downstairs and
Get some coffee, take a break.
we're gonna do as they requested. They told us to get out.
It's getting really heavy.
Really heavy. Really crazy. I don't know if you guys were able to pick up any of that.
Oh,
But
I've never felt it this heavy in here before.
we're gonna leave a digital recorder playing here.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So leave that one.
keep that going too. And see what we catch here. And, I'm gonna stop this camera. Wow. I'll let you take that and see if they had any questions.
Where do you want me to put this stuff?
You can just leave it on the floor right here or something.
Wow.
Your arm started yet?
No,
No? You good?
it's just that I couldn't get, I'd have to run the camera over to the left just get the K2 meters to,
Can you see me okay?
Not as bright as it was in the beginning.
I don't understand. Here's the battery pad. There you go. I'm sorry. I didn't realize
It's all right.
Attention.
Yeah.
We just did the ghost box session here in the cell, and we got a pretty dark entity who was pretty pissed off about something. We couldn't quite hear what it was. There was some chanting going on that was going on through all the frequencies. We were running both AM and FM band, scanning through all the frequencies at the same time on the radio. And we were getting a chant that just kept going through all the cycles of the channels and recycling, doing it over and over again. We were getting responses on the K2 meters. To have it stop, we asked it, hey, can you stop the lights from flashing? And they did on cue as we asked it to stop, and then they started back up again when we asked them to do it again. We were getting some weird noises, interference on the radio that we never had before here, or never had anywhere else since. It was a dark noise. They were cussing at us, and the second thing told us, I asked if it wanted us to leave, and the yes K2 meter lit up about halfway to 3/4 full. Pretty solid yes to me to get out of here. So we're going to go downstairs, get some coffee, and take a break. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do this due to the fact that our battery's almost out on our backup battery. We really only plan on 2 hours, but we are going to continue to film, and we'll be making a show for you guys to see shortly thereafter.
Right now we're at 2 hours and 47 minutes.
Yeah, so we're right just over 2 3/4 hours. The jail's a great place, and you can see there's something going on. We're not making anything up. You've seen as it happened. If you're listening with earphones, you probably heard some of the same things we were hearing. This room echoes pretty good, so I'm sure it was getting through to you guys. Definitely listen to it in playback, and let me know what you guys found, if you guys picked up anything on that. And we really don't want to see this place to be condemned or something like that, or nobody can come in here anymore. And that's where we ask all you guys, if you can just donate $5, $20, or $100, that would be freaking awesome. You know, we're donating a bunch of money ourselves to this thing, and time, and work, and we thought, you know, I know there's a lot of groups in Florida that come here. There's a boatload of groups that do come here. I don't know if you guys will see this, but you guys do know what the shape the jail is in. You do know the background of the spirits activity that goes on here. And you guys are definitely, you know, everybody's going to be noted for this. We're going to do a special show to thank all the people who donated. We're going to be coming back often and frequently and all that stuff to show you guys the changes that are versus what it is today. And you guys will see that it's going to turn into a really awesome place when we get done. And we're going to head out because I don't want to piss off the spirits any more than it already is. So we're going to go downstairs for a little while.
If you want to
Get
go,
something scratching my back.
if you want to, we'll just go ahead and end the live feed, and we'll continue with the.
Yeah, so this is probably, we're just probably going to close it from here. Because there's really, we're probably not going to get much more up in here. And the other stuff we're going to do, we want to save it for you guys to see. But we're definitely going to do a live feed tomorrow night, probably, if we got time.
Yes.
And talk to you guys. We're going to talk about the show. And thank everybody out there again tomorrow that's been hanging out with us. And we love all you guys. You guys are a family to us. Some of you guys are paranormal investigators yourself. And we respect all of you guys' info and insights and questions. We welcome all that because we don't claim to be experts. You know, we just have, a handful of experiences, some years, some not. We all come to this at different levels. And what makes us a group is our weakest person, and we like to give them a leg up too, to show them things that we've learned. They can show us things that they've learned. And we share the wealth. It's not all about Southern Charm Paranormal Investigations. We're a group that likes to share everything. We're open with our investigations. We love co-investigating with other groups. We don't charge a fee for any of our investigations. It's all out of our own pocket. Just like tonight coming here, we donated money or paid money to come here and do this so you guys can have a show and we can help with the restoration process. And that's kind of what this show's about. It's just about asking, the people in general public to, pitch in a few bucks if you can do it. If not, that's fine too. We're not going to hold that against you or anything like that. And, pardon me. If you can't do it, that's totally cool. And we're not going to think any less of you for that. But if you can, that's going to be freaking awesome. And you guys, you'll get notoriety Fundraising, I can't even talk tonight, I'm sorry. You'll be acknowledged in all of this stuff that we're doing here, and if you can't, we're still gonna acknowledge all the people who've come in here tonight, and just for the time you spent. You know, Chris and I are just a couple guys, I do this stuff full time. Chris is also a full-time thing for him outside of his work. And this is what we do. We love the paranormal, we love doing co-investigations. We have a heart for the spirit side of things because we know they were once us. We're not here to do harm to them or make them do things that they don't want. All we're looking for is just basically for them to communicate and tell us their story and do a little bit of things we can do. You know, we're not some exorcist group or priests of some kind that can help them cross over. You know, we're not capable of those things, but if we do find that they do need that kind of help, you know, we'll take the effort and find somebody who can, if that's the communications that we're getting. You know, we don't claim that every place is haunted. And even this jail here, I would have to say there's definitely spiritual activity going on here, and it's pretty active. Every time I've been here, I'm always getting something. I've seen dark black shadows block out the light here. Chris himself has seen the same things. Our former investigators that have been through the group have come here with us. They've also experienced that. We've had a wealth of crazy stuff that's gone on here. With all that stuff, you put it all in one pot and you look at it, you can't say, well, that's just happenstance and whatever else. I mean, there's definitely something going on here. I mean, as you can see just from that ghost box session, we got some pretty clear answers there. I mean, we can't hear it right now, but we're going to do it in playback, and I have a pretty strong feeling it's not going to be something we're not going to be comfortable with listening to, honestly. But that's just what it is, and that's why we're here. We have to take the good with the bad. And we're very thankful for you guys that come here. We're happy as hell. You know, you guys are our family and our friends, and we just want to share this with you and share how we do this. And as you've seen as those of you who've been with us from the start of the show tonight, it's a slow, and sometimes it's a little, for those of you out there that want to start your own group, it's sometimes slow, and you may not catch something, or you may not even know you catch it. I've had many nights where we've had investigations and gone on the way home talking to Chris and saying, you know, I really don't think we caught anything. And then we go through the evidence and we're like, holy crap, we caught a lot of stuff. So it's hit or miss, you just don't know. And so especially when you're trying to do a live show, this is our very first time doing this, and so far it seems like it worked out for the most part. And we're trying out new stuff. You know, we keep it for the most case low key and old school, and we think that works for us. And whatever works for you guys, you should follow that. Don't just do it because we do it. And you know, we do what works for us, and you guys should definitely do what you do. We don't discourage anybody from using whatever they use, be it the Ouija boards, pendulum, or the rods, or spiritual people who are like clairvoyants and different things like that. We condone all that, and we even welcome them in our group. We don't do it specifically here at SCDI just because we don't feel comfortable enough with our experience and being around it that it's safe for us to do. And that's just us. That's not because we don't like it or anything like that, or any one person thinks it's going to send us all straight to hell or whatever that case may be. It's just, we don't feel like we're safe enough to do that, and we would like to keep going in this direction, and we hope that's enough to keep you guys a part of our little group here and our family, and we're thankful for everything that you guys have done thus far. Those of you that have donated tonight, on behalf of Old County Gilchrist Jail, Chris, myself, Ricky, all of our members of my group who are here tonight, Tyler, Rick, Wright, my cold is kicking my butt. Sinuses are draining on me. Tyler, Laborde, Jason, Harrington, we're all here. We all want to thank you on behalf of the other paranormal group that's here. What was the name of the group, Paranormal? Is that right?
Group Paranormal.
Group Paranormal. He's out of Georgia.
Joel.
You guys, I'm sorry?
Joel.
Joel? Is that Joel? Joel, out of Group Paranormal. I think he's probably somewhere linked on there. If not, I'll make sure you guys get a link to give him a shout out and thank him for helping us out tonight. I don't know we're going to do that. We're in great debt to him for driving all the way up here from Georgia, or down here from Georgia, just to spend a 6-hour drive just to spend a couple hours with us and do some investigation. So we're honored to have him just with us for a few hours. Michelle, who coordinates the jail here. We're grateful for her to take the time out of her life. She's got kids and family at home that she takes care of, and she come out here in the middle of the night and spends a few hours or more with us and in the dark, hunting the paranormal and trying to communicate. And we're grateful for her to come out here and do that with us too. And although they just need help, honestly. They just need help to get this place back up and going and fix all the problems like you see here with all this stuff. This is falling apart just due to age. It's not due to neglect. I mean, this place, they've been working on trying to take care of it, but they don't have a budget to do that. And the little bits that they do get from investigators that come, they have to pay for the taxes, and they got to pay for the different things just to keep it from the state or whatever comes and takes away when we don't pay the taxes. So they got to make preparations for that also. So whatever you guys can do, and those of you that have done something tonight, our hearts go out to all of you guys, and we thank you very much. And we're forever in your debt for that. And the jail thanks you too. Everybody who runs this place is very thankful for everything you guys have done. And those of you who didn't donate any money, it's no sweat. We thank you guys just for being here. That's the biggest honor for us. It's just hanging out with us tonight. It's not really about that. It's just being with us and being a part of our family. And again, we can't wait to get out here and do this again with you guys. Chris and I both have had an awesome time tonight. And we look forward to doing more of these. I think it worked out pretty well, and I'm sure you guys will let us know. I'm sure Chris is behind the camera, you can probably hear him, and he's probably watching you guys' text messages come through as they come through. But it's been a great honor for me and the rest of my team, and Chris, part of our team, his team too, and just to be here with you and to be able to have the technology, thanks to our friend Raymond, who helped us get this, find this software, because we had no clue. We're filming, we film the stuff and we do investigations. We're not too experts on broadcasting stuff, but she's gonna make us one. I can see that coming already. So we're gonna be old pros at this in no time, and less flaws and hiccups in it. But I think it went pretty well for the most part, and I'm sure Chris will agree, and all of you, even though it was a little weird. But it's just how it is. We're just a bunch of easygoing guys just having a good time, but we're serious about the paranormal. We don't try to look at it as a dark, demonic, whatever thing that some people do. I don't know what everybody does, but that's just not the way we choose to look at it. We know that we just want answers. We know that we want to communicate with the other side, and we want some confirmation. And sometimes it's slow in a process to get to it. Sometimes it's just right in your face saying, yeah, we're here, and that's just give or take. I don't know if we got that tonight, as review when we play this live show back on YouTube, and we review the documentary that we're making also tonight, and listening to all the digital audio that we have running in the jail and all that stuff. We'll be able to make a little clearer judgment if we did have any activity here tonight. But again, our hearts go out to you guys. Thank you very much for coming. I think we're about to lose everything here, so there we go. I got it still. Thank you again. Good night. It's been our pleasure and our honor and everything else for you guys to come and hang out with us. We're definitely going to probably do it again, and can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.